Hello, everybody. It's Jesse and the team. Minus Eddie is being the most Eddie possible right now. This is Octo is embracing his character.
He's probably sleeping. Let's be real.
I think he's just being a diva.
That's what we didn't get him his green M&Ms, and he is furious. He is not showing up.
Didn't pick all the green M&Ms out of the bag. No,
I know that's what's happening right now. So he'll eventually show up when he has his M&Ms. But until then, he's in the green room, which he had painted green because for some reason green is the only thing he can do, and it's very bizarre. But everyone else is here. Hi, gang. How's it going?
Hi.
So, what's been going on since last we were together? Is everyone like cool? Morgan, is everything cooler? Today's a crazy day, huh?
Today's a little bit of a crazy day at work, but that's just, that's ups and downs. And now I get to sit in here and hide for like 3 hours, which is amazing. I have a sign on the door
really
so nobody will knock. I know.
This is a long con just to get you out of work for 3 hours a day. We're all in it together. Don't worry. Ken, you went outside today for the first time.
Yeah. It was an experience. The graphics were beautiful, gameplay terrible kind of thing. There's this bright burning ball in the sky, and I got scared and went inside. And
now you're back here.
Gosh,
so this is
I'm
perfect.
so sorry.
My safe place.
Everything's working out flawlessly. Elspeth, how have you been this last week?
I've been great. I just finished up a couple streams for Intel Gaming, so that was really fun. I just played Overwatch and tried not to curse a whole lot, so that was pretty cool.
How'd you do?
I did succeed. I had there was like one time where I was like, oh, this asshole, and then I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. Intel, please don't hate me. Because normally I swear like a sailor. It's bad.
There was one person in Intel that was like, did she say asshole?
Did she say this word?
With
My
the whole
7-year-old is watching this right now.
Did she
I
say?
hate that. It's like if kids that watch the stream, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What have I done?
7-year-olds today have heard everything by now, right? Right.
I assume.
Right? Yeah, that's why I swear in front of 7-year-olds specifically. I swear at 7-year-olds. Like, listen, you start crying. I'm like, you're gonna hear this anyway. Yeah,
It is a public service. That's true.
Yeah, I'm doing it for them, if anything.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, so, last episode, all of you managed to get into old Alistair's Vanagon, and somehow 4 people managed to drive a car.
We're driving it super good. I'm just saying that's canon now. We drove it amazing with no problems.
Yeah, the 4 of you all working together. Fern sitting on Samantha's lap. Fern driving the car. Samantha foot to gas. Clarence trying to do the stick shift. And Eddie in the back, I assume, holding on for dear life. And it was just a massive... I don't even know how to describe it. I would say the word, but there's probably 7-year-old watching right now. So,
yeah,
clusterfuck 7-year-olds. Clusterfuck. So it is a complete mess. But the way this episode's going to work is, as we discussed last time in our sort of Patreon chat, the school year's quickly approaching, and you all have this time period now where the creepy Alistair, young Alistair, and his black helicopter, they were watching you. They did see you get away, right? But because the government is super sneaky, they aren't coming after you. Who knows what they're going to do? Who knows how they're going to do it? But they won't yet. What does happen is that you have unlocked the awesome power of having a secret hideout. And this secret hideout is a place that you cannot be discovered at. It is your secret amazing hideout. Unless you invite a person there, they cannot know where it's at. All right? And so the question I have for you as we start this, so what this is going to be this episode is the creation of your secret hideout. More importantly, what you do, what you bring to the secret hideout, checking in on everything as time goes on. And more importantly, it's going to be sort of a montage of the time leading up to when school finally starts again. So you have all this time where you as players and as characters can test these 2 balls, can mess with these 2 balls, but also we won't feature the BS of like, okay, so we took the balls and we threw them at a electrified fence, and then like, okay, now we walk to this other place. We won't have. It's like cut, scene cut, and then scene cut. Oh, and then they went to this other place, scene cut. So you can get your testing in, you can like sort of experiment stuff, but time will pass. And so the more intricate you do, the more intricate your idea, the more developed the plan on how to test these balls, the more time it will take. And I just have a little timer thing here ticking down how much time you have left until eventually it's like, oh damn, yeah, tomorrow's school. So like this little adventure right now has to end. You have to go back to school. But how does that relate? How does now going back to school relate to the 4 of you and what's about to happen and all those other people? Because you've spent a summer together, but what about all your other friends or whatever's happening back at school? So we'll learn about that. But first, this. So I think the biggest question, and this is something we talked about last time, but just to clarify, what is your secret hideout? Where is the secret hideout?
Yeah, was it Fern's grandma's house?
We
Fern's
were
house?
talking about having it at Fern's house just because it's so out of the way. And I think Grandpa Alistair was there. But I guess unless he's invited back, he wouldn't know where it is.
Well,
Like, he's old and he forgets, maybe.
You can have it on the property as well. It doesn't have to be your actual house. It can be a mobile home on the house, or like a trailer somewhere, or a barn. It could be anything. It could be underneath a tree for all I know. It could be anywhere there on the property. It doesn't have to be like the actual house.
Okay.
The thing I like about having a house, though, is that we'll have facilities. Like,
yeah,
we're gonna need to eat.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna need.
Fern's house always has food.
Yeah.
It's always
Sure,
bad junk food, but there's always food.
You can have it there at the trailer that is Fern's home, but that means then you'd have to like accept the fact that your grandmother and grandfather are going to just be like there. And so if anything happens to them, or if they get drawn into the story, that they then can give up the like, oh yeah, the kids are over there at my house, right? They can just rat you guys out if it happens.
Grandmama. Oh, God.
Just initially, they will know, unless you're like, don't tell anyone we're here, Grandma. In which case, there's it's possible. I don't know that she'd be like, all right, I'm cool with the kids. Peace, dudes. And she won't like rat you out. I have no clue. I will see what happens. It depends on what the roles are.
I mean, maybe there's like an old RV on the property or something like that. Like
That's
this
possible.
rotting into the earth.
We can roll to see how old and awesome this RV is. I'm down to roll.
I
for
love
it.
that idea.
All right.
An extension cord from the house, and then just fill up the water with the hose. The garden hose.
Yes, I think we can do this.
It was like Grandpa's when he was still trying to be cool and do acid, but like it never actually went anywhere.
Oh my god!
So
Can I have a wizard riding a unicorn painted on the side? I mean, that's what I actually want.
Well, we can. I think we can roll for all of this. I want to roll for all of this. I want it to be a creation that you guys make, but also like if we fail the rolls, also kind of like it could be jank too. All right, so
okay, I really want the wizard riding a unicorn. I would also accept dragon.
Let's start with the concept that it's an RV. So it's an RV on the property.
Okay.
How big of an RV? Let's we'll go small, medium, large. All right. And we'll do the average of rolls. So I think because this is going to be this is the body roll, right? So this is a tough roll. So if the 3 of you could roll body, that would be incredible. And then I will average it out and see what you get.
It's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be the tiniest little thing.
Yeah, so it is a very, it is less an RV and more of one of those what are like an what are those things called? They're like the silver that you like.
Airstreams?
Yeah, the airstream you stick it on the back of your pickup truck. That's what this is.
Oh,
It's
that's
Like a
it's
little
less
pop-up
of-
trailer thing, like a little camper.
pretty much. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
There's a little camper on the back.
it's
And it
tight
is
in
just,
there.
it is going to be very tight in there. So it's very small. But
Okay.
I want you all to do a tech roll. So it's a very small okay, very small, and I want you all to do a tech roll. And in the tech roll, this is going to determine. Well, first off, what do you want in there? Before I'll let you not roll that tech roll 0. What do you want in there? What kind of things do you think you would need in this base of yours?
Yo, walkie-talkies.
All right, walkie-talkies. So let's see if you can get those. What else?
Electricity,
Sure.
water,
Electricity.
stove.
Water,
Fire.
stove.
I mean, I
Sure.
have fire.
It has a gas hookup as well. All right,
Oh my god.
gas hookup.
There's
Got like a little-
room.
I've got a little CRTV that I can set up and play my video games on.
Your TV.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
that'd be
Done.
cool.
And then video games. Okay.
Video games.
What else?
A phone.
All right. A
A
phone.
pop-up. So like it pops up and there's like a little bed up there.
Yeah. Like a pull down or pop up bed. Sure.
There you
Yeah.
go, Chad. We get Koozie in that thing
None of
too.
this.
What else we need?
Jacuzzi.
Yeah,
It's a slot machine and
Like
Slot
a Genesis
machines.
and a Nintendo.
And Nintendo. Oh my god. All right.
we're really
Yeah, you
asking
asked.
for a lot here.
Yeah. No. All right. So you guys have a lot in here. This could be amazing. So I'm gonna need you to all roll tech, and we'll see what makes it in.
Can I keep my
We'll see what
one?
makes it in. We'll see what the average
Flat
of you making it in is.
Ugh.
Can I
Boo.
keep my one? Please keep my one, please.
How is that possible?
You guys are the worst.
Yeah, so there is, in fact, it's gutted. There's nothing in there. It is an empty shell. But that doesn't mean you can't bring stuff to it. But right now, it is hollowed out. It is
Had
but a
dreams.
place to hide. Yeah. Okay. So our next roll. How's that possible? So our next roll is heart. And this is going to be, what does the outside look like? Is it painted with a cool wizard? Is it silver and streamlined? How do you guys want the outside to look?
I think I was very clear.
I
It has to have
You
a wizard
my mistake.
love the wizard.
riding
and
a
the
unicorn.
Wizard
Or maybe a
riding a
pegacorn,
unicorn.
If we roll really well, can it be a pegacorn?
Sure.
Ooh,
I'll throw wings on it.
yeah.
With wings. Sure. All right.
Okay.
Roll for it. I want all 3 of you to roll heart. Let's see what happens.
This is the
Oh,
only thing we
I'm
get.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, Morgan, I mean, Samantha did a really great roll. It sort of bounces out and saves Fern's roll. So what I think the outside actually looks like is like someone tried their best to make a wizard riding a unicorn, but it is like spray paint stick figures and probably something Fern drew when she was very, very young. So it is
I think it's
Spray
beautiful.
paint. spray paint stick figure wizard riding stick figure horse painted
Jesus.
by young Fern. It is terrible looking. It does not look good at all. But no one's ever told Fern that she doesn't have the ability to draw. No one's ever let Fern know she's terrible. So when you all see this, it is the ugliest thing you've ever seen. But no one has the guts to tell Fern, and she's very proud. Fern's like, "This is my baby. This is what I made." And so yeah, this is all right. And then one final roll.
Oh,
This
Lord.
is for mine, and this is going to be a roll that's about sort of like when you gather into this area and you go into the your secret base, right? What like being together, being cramped in this tiny area is going to give you bonuses, right? So if you'll roll for me, we'll see what kind of bonus you get.
Mind?
Yes, mind, just straight mind.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus.
Well, it really Ken's. All right. So I'll say you get a 1. So whenever you do anything in here, you get a +1.
Yay, we got something out of this. Yes.
Yeah, +1 to all rolls. So it's pretty
Yay.
garbage. You found it is legitimately a terrible, terrible place, but it doesn't mean it can't get better. It doesn't mean you can't make it into something wonderful. But at the moment, when you find it, when you get back after your all-night trek, you get back and it is just a mess. A genuine mess. Fern, when you roll up onto the property and you're sitting on Samantha's lap, the sun has come up. Clarence, you're sitting there trying your hardest to like put it into break as they're slowly rolling into this field. What do you have all been missing for 2 days, almost 3 days now? What do you do? What is going through your mind the minute you finally come to a stop?
I mean, whew, I'm real glad that we managed to get that working because I thought I was better at driving. Guess I'm not.
You did amazing. Do you
You
have
did a
any
good job.
food? You did a really good job.
Thank,
Do you have any
thanks, Sam.
food? That's all I'm thinking
Oh
about
yeah,
right
we
now.
got a lot of food. I mean, there's been times I've honestly been out of the house longer than this, so I'm sure Grandmama will just be real happy to see us. If y'all want to go inside, get some cheese poofs and Capri Sun or something.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Can I borrow your phone? I need to call my grandma and let her know I'm okay.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a rotary phone, so I hope you're gonna you know what the rotary phone is, right?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, cool. Well, you're gonna have to work one of them, and it's kind of old and dusty, and you have to really push hard when you get around to 0. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go.
I
All right, so
shove
going inside?
all of the poofs. Ow. Like disgusting. There's just like cheese everywhere.
Sure. So you're now
Okay.
you've gone inside the RV home, like the main home where grandma and everyone is. Yes? Is that where everyone's at?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need Clarence, I need you to roll a let's do a tech roll to see if you actually know how to operate this thing.
Okay. It's a flat tech.
Yeah.
Shoot, maybe.
Yeah, it's all right. It's easy. Yeah, of course you know how to operate it. You're a genius. So you make a phone call home, and in the background, Samantha is just chowing down on snack food. But it's just none of you can see yourself because this mobile home doesn't have any mirror set up at the moment. But none of you can see yourself, but you are all gross looking. You are covered in dirt. Sam looks like you've walked out of a swamp, and you are just covered in like gross dirt and goop and who knows what. Leaves are in your hair, and you're just like, you don't even care. You don't even
I don't give
care.
a fuck. Looks like I just
Clarence-
made out with like a Cheeto monster. I'm just
Oh
like,
yeah,
so good.
Clarence, you are bruised and just beat up. Your whole body, you're still working on adrenaline, but your whole body, if you shut down, if you take a moment to relax, you will feel a lot of pain. You will just be in the worst physical shape ever. But you did run a lot. You've done things you haven't done before, which is great. That's
So
probably yeah, you're probably very, very sore. Fern, you look exactly the same as you looked when everyone met you. Nothing about you has changed. You look the exact same.
Looking
Just
good.
as like dusty and country girl as you did before. Zero differences.
As expected. Meeting
And
expectations.
Eddie, of course, is just like there in the background, being an idiot, not like just sitting in the corner, not doing anything. So do any of you try to reach out? Do you try to find your grandmother, Fern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grandmama.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Oh, hey, we're home. I just want to let you know I got some friends with me, and we're just going through the cheese poofs. I hope that's all right. I hope you weren't saving none of those for.
Where you been, baby? She comes out. She comes out of the back room. Where you been, baby?
I'm right here. I'm right here, Grandmama. And she gives her a hug. And
oh, sweet child. She like gives you a hug. And she like rubs you on the head. She's like, where you been gone? I missed you. All your friends came by to look for you earlier. And she like sees Sam and waves.
Oh,
hi, Grandma.
Yeah, I know. I've been running around, really. Just doing kid stuff, summer stuff. Practicing for a track. I want to run a track this year, maybe a little cross country.
Is that why you all so dirty? And she like looks at you all like, oh, you should take them out and back and hose them all down.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Y'all want to go for a hose down?
No.
What?
Sure.
I think that's a great idea. Best ideas, Grandmama. All right.
I know, baby.
We gotta go out in the back as soon as you're done. We gotta make sure we get the hose. And you gotta put
I'll
your
go
thumb on
turn
it.
the water on for you.
Okay, thanks, Grandmama. That's what we gotta do.
You just put the hose through the window, and I'll stick it in the sink, and we'll fasten it on, and we'll turn it on for him.
All right, that's a great idea. I love it. Okay, y'all ready?
Do you have any Aquanet?
Have any what now?
We got nets. We got nets in the back if you want one of them.
Catching bugs.
We got plenty of bugs on this farm.
I just shoved more Cheetos in my mouth.
I think Clarence is at that age where he doesn't understand hygiene very well, so he's probably like,
oh. Yeah, Clarence. No, it's a solid. You need to raise your hand if you're sure. Kind of like you're gross. All of you stink. All of you. This is before there was 72-hour deodorant. You are all smelly. You're all terrible. Oh yeah, this is bad. This is bad news. But Grandma doesn't care because everything smells out in the farm. She's fine. Your grandfather is nowhere to be seen at the moment, but who knows where he's at. So do you go outside? Do you want to go hose down? Do you want to try and get
goes
clean?
immediately outside, clothes and all.
Sure. Fern, you go outside and you hand the hose into the bathroom, and Grandma sort of hooks it up to the sink and turns on the water, and the hose starts like trickling water out. There's zero pressure. It's just there. She's like, all right, baby, there you go.
Okay, thanks, Grandmama.
So you just take it and like water yourself? Is that?
Yep, that's it.
Sure. Samantha, Clarence, what are you doing right now? What do you see this happen? What do you do?
I mean, I guess I'm next.
Clarence, watch this closely.
Sure. All right, so Fern, you're now soaking wet, and the dirt has sort of dripped off of you, but instead of being clean, everything just like went down a few levels. So now your feet are like, there's like mud on the ground, and you're not necessarily clean, but you're just like wet now.
All right.
Sam, Clarence, Fern turns to you all and has the hose out, and is just like, who's next?
Are we outside right now or inside?
You are outside. You're outside.
We're just outside.
Yep, you're outside in the field. In a field way outside of town.
All right, Sam.
I mean, okay. I'm going to pull out whatever beauty products I have in my purse, which is probably just like a brush at this point or a comb. And I'm just going to try to just start brushing my hair out, brushing like weeds and stuff out of my hair. I can't really get wet because I'm wearing all my clothes. I don't know what to do about
tell us
that.
how. So, all right. So you're trying to clean but not get wet. Is that your plan?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need.
Plan. It's not a good plan. It's just a plan. It's because
right, of course.
Go away.
I'm gonna need.
I don't actually trust him to go away.
No, he will never go away. That's not happening.
For sure.
I'm gonna need a tech roll from Fern to figure out if you can position this hose right, and a mind roll from Sam to figure out if you can sort of like get it going. Yeah, all right. So you have the best intentions and you set yourself up, you position yourself very, very well. Sam sort of leans down over, her hair sort of falls down over her face. She's ready to get her head wet and comb out all the junk. Fern, you don't understand. And you spray her down with water from head to toe, completely drenching her. And all it does is it's cold, cold water, Samantha. It is the coldest water you've ever felt. What do you do? How do you react?
I think I'm just going to go into the RV and cry, but I'm also going to take the Cheetos.
Sure. Yeah, you start to walk back toward the RV, and Grandma stands in the front door. She's like, child, don't come in here wet. You gotta let the sun dry your bones. And so you're not allowed back in the RV yet.
Fucking no old lady like this. Don't you get that water in my house now?
I think she just wants the cheese poofs here. I can bring those to her. I don't think she likes
Grandma hands Fern the giant bucket of cheese poofs.
Okay, thanks, Grandma. Here,
stand in the sun and brush my hair out and eat cheese poofs.
Sure.
Here, I brought these out for you.
I'm for sure gonna weigh like 300 pounds by the time I'm 30.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is all panic and panic eating, stress eating. You're having a rough day. But you look down at your shirt and your pants that were once white. They are brown. Everything about them is stained brown. The water has only made it worse and stained it worse. Clarence, there is a mildly damp Fern and a soakingly wet, drenched Samantha near you. Do you jump into the water as well? What do you do?
Hold my hand out under the water a little bit. Kind of splash in my face. Can I get one hand and like kind of pick my shirt up to the side and like dab my underarms a little bit?
Oh yeah, that's much better.
You got soap?
I'm just bitchy now.
No, we don't have soap. That's for government commies. Now you just gotta wash the water down. You gotta make sure the hose gets all over your body. You can't just dab it.
It's cold.
Well, sorry. You'll get warm eventually.
Maybe we should go to my house next time. You know what? There's no food there, but there is soap. So
I could just run to my house real quick and get a change of clothes and bring some soap back and stuff. If you wanted me.
And pie.
I mean, you can.
I think that's a really good bit of montage. So, you're all sitting there soaking wet. Eddie has jumped in and just is like singing a rock song, spraying himself in the face with his water, and just like doing a whole thing. And you're all covered in water, standing out in the sun. And you see before you this glistening, beautiful, very old and crappy silver trailer out in the woods, right on like the tree line of the woods. And on it appears to be a stick figure wizard riding a stick figure pony. And it says Whiz Life on it, written in crayon. Whiz Life.
God.
And
it's the best.
Oh my God, why isn't that my Twitter handle?
I don't know. That's great. That's on you. It says Whiz Life.
Hashtag Whiz Life.
Hashtag Whiz Life. WYZ, by the way. And so, of course. And so WYZLYFE, because you're right, Fern. And so you see this in front of you, and you have the epiphany, all of you almost at once, like, oh my God, this is the perfect place for us to all hang out. This is our new base. So you all walk up to it, and when you open the door thinking like, oh my God, this place is gonna be amazing, you're all as you walk towards it, you're all having this conversation like, oh my God, there could be like a stove inside, and this is like the perfect place. There's gonna be a couch, like, oh Fern, this is awesome. And Fern's like, yeah, this is so cool. You open the door, and it is gutted. There is nothing in there. Nothing at all. It is an empty, hollow shell. But with its emptiness comes the opportunity and possibility that you can fill it with stuff. And so while this is definitely your new secret base, now we can begin the montage of like what you do when you're inside of it and what you do when you go back to your friends and family and try to figure stuff out. So right now, I feel like what we should do is sort of catch up with everyone, right? So you find the secret hideout and you agree that you're all going to go bring stuff back to it to make it better, right? So you're all going to find things that, you know, the objective is to test these balls. So you're going to find stuff and bring it back. So my question to you is, what things do you bring? So I'll allow you each to bring one thing now for this little first like montage bit. And then where do you go to do that? You go home and sort of check in with family? Do you go someplace else? What do you do that during this little cut in the montage that starts with like a song that I'm sure is an 80s rock song of some sort? What do you do right now? So we'll start with Clarence. Clarence, what's the first thing you do?
It's the montage. Yeah, I'd go back to the house. I'd give Granny a big hug.
Sure. Yeah.
Have some
When
pie.
you get back, when you get back, the montage features Clarence eating pie. Granny's totally fine. In fact, Granny doesn't seem to remember any trouble whatsoever.
Of course she doesn't.
She's totally fine. If anything, she's confused because you weren't around to eat all the pie, but she doesn't remember you being gone all that much either. And so she's fine. In fact, she's just very excited that you got out of the house, right? When you tell her you were out with friends, she's like, oh, you have friends? And she's very excited. And so she makes you even more pie, and then she bakes you pies to give to your friend. So now you have, let's say, +3 pies. You have 3 pies to bring back. All right. What else do you do when you're there?
Well, that's the main thing I want to do is see the grandma and make sure everybody's okay. Nobody got
Grandma
shot or
is
nothing.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like she doesn't seem to recall any of it happening.
Go in my room and like look through everything, make sure I'm not bugged, taking the phone apart.
Sure. Will you give me a tech roll to see if you can find out if you're bugged?
Yeah.
Actually, it's not tech roll, it'll be mind investigation. Investigation roll.
Investigation. Okay. Maybe not.
Yeah, no, there's no bugs in your room. Not a 1. You're totally fine.
And the next thing I'll do is go out to the garage and grab a extension cable if we have one out there and bring it back because I remember Samantha saying she wanted to shock the balls and we need electricity.
Right. Extension cable. You definitely find one.
Sweet.
Right. We cut over to Samantha. Samantha, you go, and what do you do?
First thing I do is this is gonna take a while. I'm gonna shower.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start.
I'll give you the shower. Like you
I
go
don't
home.
have to roll for showering.
You don't roll for shower. You go home and it's one of those like montage scenes where it just shows your feet in the shower and like it's brown, and then a clump of dirt falls on the ground. Like it's one of those moments, like right. So you are just dirty, and there's like leaves and stuff rolling towards the drain. Yeah. Okay, so you have your shower, and of course you come out of the bathroom, and you are flawless. For some reason, who knows how much time has passed? Flawless.
A lot.
You walk out.
A lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot.
So,
but it's a montage, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. The first thing I do is I get a unreasonably large bag and I fill it with clothes, multiple pairs of jeans, multiple shirts, multiple jean jackets that match the jeans, socks, like the thick ones that you double up. You wear like the 2 of them.
How many days worth of clothes would you say?
I would say 3 full outfits.
Okay.
And then also makeup.
Makeup
and a
bag,
lot of hairspray. Yeah.
What do you consider a lot of
cans.
hairspray?
2 cans of hairspray.
2 cans?
Yeah. Large, like the big
All right.
ones. And then a mini travel one. My purse.
Any
and a comb.
travel
and all that
spray?
I mean.
Okay, sure. So you have like a duffel bag's worth of stuff.
Yep.
Do you see anyone at your house? I know that your family was gone when you left. So do you see anyone there? Is there anyone at your home? No.
And there's food.
Nobody there?
No.
Wow.
Nobody
no
ever
food, no
comes to
nothing.
my house anymore. No.
Wow.
Really
Okay.
sad.
Interesting. Everyone was gone. Okay.
But there's money. They usually leave me money, so they've left me money at some point.
How much money is left there?
$20 off the counter.
How much money do you have total on you right now?
$10,000. No, I'm just kidding. Let's say probably maybe $100.
Sure. All right. Cool. Ken, do you have any money on you at the moment, or just pies?
I probably have maybe $10 or something.
Sure.
Like
sure.
$5 bill and 5 ones.
Just pies.
Got the important stuff.
So I would assume Eddie, in his infinite wisdom, went not home but to the record store to meet his best friend and go hang out. And while all of you were off doing things, Eddie just went to go listen to music at the record store because it's been a while since he's been there, and he has brought absolutely nothing to the table. Vern, while everyone's been gone, what have you been doing at the farm?
She's been cleaning up the safe house space thing. She's dusting it, trying to sweep, but she's doing a really bad job because she doesn't do a lot of cleaning. So she's just trying to make it as homey as possible. She went inside and she got a gigantic blanket from the 70s that's wool and yarn, and it might have some sort of weird tapestry, weird design on it or something, but she wants to throw it over the the couch sitting area in the trailer thing.
Oh, the couch sitting area, everything's been gutted. It is a floor and walls, and that is it.
Oh, literally no seats. Okay, so she just puts
There's
a rug
nothing
down.
to sit on.
She puts a rug down and she gets some crappy lawn chairs. One of them's kind of busted, so if when you sit on, you kind of have to readjust it just to make sure you're not leaning.
Right.
But she got some chairs, and she has I don't think Jezebel's left her side once. So she makes sure that so she gives Jezebel a ton of treats, and she makes sure that Blooper also has a lot of treats because they deserve. They're very good dogs.
Okay. Yeah, your dogs are sort of outside. It looks from the outside looks very imposing. It's this silver beacon on the edge of the woods with from far away it looks like streaks of black on it. When up close it's really just a wizard, but it looks like streaks of black, and there are 2 dogs patrolling the outside. It looks like whatever goes on in there, it's super top secret and very tough. But when you open the door, it's old lawn chairs and a rug on the ground. Yes. So
yes,
you all finally arrive back. You meet up again. A day passes. You meet up again. You're all refreshed, so everything on your stats is back to normal. You all come back, and what you see when you've put all this together is in one corner of this trailer is a suitcase filled with Samantha's clothes. In another corner is an extension cord hanging out one of the windows, going back to the main house, and then a rug on the ground, a bunch of lawn chairs, and a boombox that Eddie has brought back, and has a bunch of cassette tapes on it. But the cassette tapes are all listed rock mix and metal mix. And it's all stuff that's been recorded off of the radio. So it's not even real. It's all bootleg radio recordings that half the songs cut off by a DJ. So it's terrible music, but that's the background of what's going on while you're here. Other than that, you have 3 pies. One of them is half eaten, and the other 2 are sort of underneath it, and they're stacked in little pie boxes. And then you have the 2 balls. So what is your first step? What do you want to do?
I wonder what happens if we put them in the pie.
You put the balls in the pie?
No,
that's no pie. We need
pie
pie
for
for
perfectly good pie.
What a waste. Yeah. It's your call what you want to do with this. The extension cord is not necessarily hooked up to anything at the moment. It's just hanging through the window. And the boombox is battery powered. I guess you could go with that if there's something you want to do with that. But other than that, it's just the 4 of you, the things you brought with you, and these balls. Now you can go get more things and more of the montage time will pass, or you can start experimenting with the balls right now. It's your call.
I mean, we can start putting them on the batteries.
Sure. If
Try
you
to,
want
like,
to.
I have a
them.
question. I have a question.
Yeah.
If let's say we start bringing the apocalypse, is this shelter invincible? Like, let's say we catch fire. Will this trailer be affected by our action?
Are you asking if an Airstream trailer will be affected by the apocalypse?
Yes.
Is that what you're
That's
asking?
exactly what I'm asking. Is this safe space for us going to be affected by what are our experiments?
Yes. Depending on roles, you potentially could. You can't destroy the Airstream itself unless you do you do the apocalypse. But you could burn up the carpet, or you could cause a chair to break.
Not the carpet.
Yeah, so you won't destroy the actual physical space, but
Okay.
an apocalypse would end the world, and that would be bad. So
okay.
And then I couldn't get out of work anymore.
I know.
Because we'd all be dead.
Oh.
yeah, then you'd all be dead. The end. However,
The
I
end.
do think we need. I'm just gonna put this out there. We definitely need some fan art of this trailer post haste. We need a rocking Wiz Life. we need a Wiz Life trailer. We need a Wiz Life trailer. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, what do you want to do? You have this time
the
right now.
boombox has a radio, right? I assume.
It does, yes.
So with what we did stuff before that dealt with the phone and the TV, so maybe we can turn the radio on.
That is an excellent question. Before we jump into this, do you remember what you did and what the outcomes were, so you know what to test for?
So one of the balls we held up to the phone and then heard a voice, which I believe was Fern when she was trapped in the other side. And then I think Clarence could change the TV channel with the ball. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember it changing. I don't think I did it though. I think you did it. I don't remember what you did though.
Yeah, the TV. It went off and on, and he could make it staticky and not. Right, and that's what one of the balls did. Yeah.
So we turn the radio on and then put one of the balls up to the radio and see what happens.
Sure. Do you know which ball you put up there? Because they both look the exact same now. So
the one
it's
that's
very
gonna
possible
work.
that you. All right, so you're gonna do one at a time. Then you're gonna test one, and then the other is what. All right. So you put one ball up. You put the first ball up to the radio, and nothing happens. You put the second ball up to the radio, and it's what you're listening to, like rockin' 80s new music experience with me, Jazzy J, coming in. And it's like, and then when you pull it away, it's like, all right, this next song by a brand new one-hit wonder, right? And so the one ball clearly affects it, one ball clearly does not. The question you have to ask now is, one, how are you going to be able to tell these apart? And two, why is that the case?
Nobody brought a. I can mark it with makeup. I was like, nobody brought a Sharpie.
You can mark
like
it with makeup. Do you want to do that?
Put a little X with eyeliner on it.
Sure. So the one that is the one that messes with the radio is the one that you mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Marked with. Okay. Cool. What do you want to do now?
Well, we tried lighting it on fire before, didn't we? Or like holding the lighter up to it. I don't remember if that was the ring.
We can
you
try
did. Yeah, you can try it again if you want to verify.
Yeah, well, just heat them up, see if anything happens. Go put them in the freezer, see if anything happens. Extreme temperatures.
Sure. You can do all those things. Let's just break it down. So this is another montage. So time goes by as you start to do these things. So the first thing you want to do is what?
Heat it up.
I got some ice in the freezer, or we got a microwave.
Oh my God! Yeah. What do you want?
That is a terrible idea.
Y'all want to put these in the microwave? We just got it. It's brand new.
I think Claire should probably know that you can't put metal in the microwave without it popping and ruining everything.
If Sam thinks it's a bad idea, then it's like a really bad idea.
think
we
we
can
should.
we can turn the microwave on and hold the balls up to it and see if anything happens. But I wouldn't put them in there.
Put them in there. I just think we should put them in there.
You just want to put them in there?
So,
I can like hand the balls to you and be like, ah.
All right, here
do you
we go.
agree to this? Oh my god! All right, so
No.
Fern, Sam, do you stop Fern from doing this?
I mean, why not? Light it up.
All
Okay.
right, here we go.
So, Fern, you put the
Grandma's
ball
house.
in the
No.
microwave.
Here we go.
This is one of the microwaves. This is an old microwave. This is one you actually had like a knob on the microwave. So what do you set the timer to?
Well, let's set this like 5 minutes on high.
Okay.
Why not?
You press the button and it goes. And of course, this is before there were spinning trays in microwaves. So there's just two balls sitting in a microwave, and the light is on them, and it is very normal. Nothing seems to be happening to these balls. 1 minute goes by. Nothing seems to be happening to the balls. 2 minutes goes by. Nothing seems to be happening to the balls. You pull them out and you keep going.
Now we gotta go for the whole 5 minutes. I just want to see what happens.
3 minutes goes ball. 3 minutes goes by, and you notice little blue flickers.
Guys, look, there's something happening. It's like
4 minutes
blue
goes by, and from the next room you hear Grandma. She's like, "Are y'all making something? Something smells like something's burning." And inside the microwave, little arcs of electricity are floating back and forth between the balls, but it's making a noise, or like there's. It sounds like something's about to happen, and it also smells very, very bad.
Go outside and like try to look into the window.
Yeah, Clarence books it outside. Clarence is not okay. Fern, what do you
just
do?
gets closer. She just gets closer to the microwave. She's just entranced by what's going on.
Sure.
Like, wow.
Sure.
I mean, I watched Grandmama work before, but this ain't nothing like that.
As it starts to tick down to the final 30 seconds, you see this arc that's between the two balls. As you look deep into them, the area between the two balls, you see something. It's like you're looking past the trailer, and it's like a hole into someplace else. You're seeing something else in between them. But Fern, you're the only person who can see this because you're close enough to see it. To everyone else, it just looks like sparks and static is in this microwave. When it finally ticks down, the electricity and the arcing stops, and whatever you saw, you no longer see.
Oh,
When you
no, wait. Oh.
You do it again?
Did she make it go for longer?
Sure, but one of the things that you notice is that the smell that that Grandma was smelling and everyone was smelling is the place the two balls are in the microwave. The plastic that they're on has started to melt, and so the balls are sinking, burning into the microwave.
Oh shit!
So you can make them go more and do more damage to the microwave, or you can pull them out now.
She grabs oven mitts.
Smart move.
On both
Smart
hands
move.
and just grabs both of them. And she like notices the two like plastic dents in the microwave, and she just slowly closes the microwave door.
Right, the microwave. They are warm, but they're not hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so you, what do you do with them? You have these two balls now. You saw something. I don't know if you're willing to tell everyone else that, but you saw a thing, and will you roll, mind, just a solid mind roll. Yeah, even though you thought you saw something, you don't know what you saw. It definitely was not the back of the microwave. Whatever you saw, it wasn't the back of the microwave, but you saw something. You just don't know what it was. It's beyond you. So you can tell them that you saw something, but you don't know what to describe to them.
All right, she brings the 2 balls out. Grandmama, you might want to open some windows or something. Sorry.
You burn the popcorn again.
Yeah, just too much, how I like my burnt popcorn. And she slips out.
You do, baby. All right, bye.
She brings the balls over. Like, guys, these were doing something.
What were they doing?
I don't know. I was like watching them and they were like flickering blue or something. And then I don't know, there was like some electricity. And I thought when I looked in there, I was like, it was the microwave. But then it wasn't the microwave. It was like something like in between the balls. I don't know what it could have been. Like maybe a portal or something. But I don't know. I was looking real close. Maybe it was just me trying to like see past the radiation or something.
Sure, that's.
But it definitely felt like it was doing something. Like I thought I was crazy, but definitely not.
Okay, so we need some electricity.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to plug these things in somehow. Maybe
plug them in.
How would you do that?
I would take the plug end off the extension cord with a knife and then just.
None of you have a knife right now. You'd have to go get a knife, which would be more montage time. But it's whatever you want. Yeah.
I just chew it off with my teeth.
You can definitely try. If you want to do that, yeah, you're gonna have to roll for it though.
Do you have any other ideas for it? Or do you think? Because I feel like we haven't tried electricity that much.
I mean, we have a machete. If you want me to go grab a knife, I can just get one real quick for you.
I mean, it would ruin our extension cord.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
True.
You have like a hammer too, so we can like smack the balls and see if kinetic energy does anything.
Yeah, I got a hammer somewhere. I could go look for one if y'all want me to do that. Okay. I'm gonna go grab a hammer and I'll go grab a knife just in case.
Do you have like a broken lamp or anything? I'm trying to be conservative with our resources.
Well, yeah, we got broken everything. What do you need?
A broken lamp.
Just a lamp? Yeah, just a lamp. I mean, we got everything out back. That's where we keep all our broken stuff. Grandma doesn't want to get rid of nothing. She doesn't even want to have a yard sale. All right, well, I'll go grab that stuff out of the barn because we got everything in the barn. And Fern leaves.
Okay. So Fern goes off to search for this stuff. That's some montage time for Fern. Clarence, Samantha, what do you do when she's gone? Now that you have this free time, what do you do? What do you want to bring back? What do you want to go handle? What do you want to do with this free time that you have?
Like I could go to my house and get stuff? Is that what we're talking about? Or
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, because it's going to take Fern a bit of time to get this done and find all this stuff. So you have time to go do stuff on your own as well.
I mean, Clarence has actual. Do you have walkie-talkies at your house that you could bring, like that kind of stuff? I have nothing at my house but makeup.
Walkie-talkies I tinker with at the house.
Sure. Okay. So Clarence goes and grabs walkie-talkies. Fun.
Yeah.
All right. What are you gonna go grab, Sam? One thing. You're allowed to bring back one thing.
I don't know if I have anything. Maybe more. What's the other stuff we said we wanted? We wanted a phone. I could bring a phone.
You'd have to have a place to hook it up.
Yeah.
So you can bring a phone. It's very true, but you have to have a place to hook it up.
Well, I also got one in the house, I think, too. So we don't need to bring that.
That's true.
Yep.
You got your lighter still, so we don't need fire for that test. What else do we need?
Yeah. Think outside the box. What kind of things do you think you would like?
I don't know. For all this time, I still don't know what the heck to do with these balls other than like shoot them with stuff. We still have the ring.
You definitely do. You still have the ring. So you can do stuff with that as well. You can mess with the ring if you want to.
Yeah.
Didn't y'all say that like foil and stuff worked on the ring? Like you wrapped it in aluminum.
Oh, yeah, metal focuses all this stuff, so maybe I can bring a bunch of tinfoil.
Okay.
And
You
metal
bring-
hair clips, I'm sure.
Yeah, so you bring just a handful of aluminum foil and some like metal hair clips. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Fern, what do you find when you go looking for stuff?
Well, she finds a machete. She also finds a broken lamp, which is from like the 30s. It has barely it doesn't even work. It's just no lampshade. It's just like
It's a broken gas lamp, then?
pretty much, yeah. It's super busted. She also finds some scissors, some glasses, a super old microphone, but it doesn't have like a stand or anything. And a keychain that's got like a bunch of old rusted keys on it and a Swiss Army knife that's also really rusted. And she just like gathers up all of this and puts it in a wheelbarrow and just wheels it back to the trailer.
Sure. Eddie, thinking outside the box, goes and gets you all tacos and brings back tacos. Just lots of tacos.
Yes,
a bag.
Eddie, always coming in the clutch.
Yeah, just like so now you have pie and hard shell tacos because this is the Midwest and there's no such thing as soft shell tacos. Hard shell, and it is just cheese, meat, and lettuce. That's all that's on them. And they were like
And
40 cents a piece.
and they're amazing. Can I have brought
Oh
like
yeah, no, they're great, but they're just
cutlery
like
and napkins?
yeah. Oh no, it's
I am concerned with the food and not getting
You
the
should
pie
be.
on.
You very much should be. So there's a bag of tacos as well now. Okay, so you all meet back up. Some time passes. It is now the next day. You've all gone home. You went and did what you had to do. It's lunchtime. Eddie has brought tacos. Everyone's gathered together. You now have new options. What do you want to do?
We can put
Shut
the
that
one
mug.
ball to the radio and change the channels. I don't know if that's gonna have any effect, or do AM. We're gonna hear anything different.
Sure.
You know
all right.
what I thought maybe since that one password, you remember how that it was metal? That was
Yeah.
like, oh well, you gotta put in metal to make the elevator go. Well, metal has been real helpful with all these things here with the balls and everything. So I just brought a ton of metal stuff. Anything that had metal possibly in it. A lot of this is rusted though. And here's your busted lamp. It's real old. And there's a machete in there too. But I just brought a bunch of metal stuff, so maybe we can just test all that, put it next to like the ring, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing, I'm gonna take the lamp, I'm gonna cut the cord off, I'm gonna plug the cord into the extension cord, and I'm gonna take the two little bare ends of the electrical wire and I'm sticking it on the ball.
It's a gas lamp, so it's not an electric lamp. It's a
Oh.
1930s gas lamp that she found. So there is no cord to it.
Okay. Never mind.
So you can't do that. But there's other things you can do. Sure.
So we just need some wire. We could
Yeah.
flay the end of the extension cable itself, but then we wouldn't be able to do anything else with it.
Right.
We still got the car here. I go and like
The car is here. That's absolutely true.
pull out like the inside lamp and try to like. Well, I don't know if we have any tools or not to try
I mean,
to.
the
pick up
car
the wires
literally
and
has a
something like
battery that you could like.
that. Yeah, it does have a battery, but I mean, if
Let's do it.
this thing's like the negative charge like it did before with the ring, it sucked all the energy out of something. We'll get like one shot to use the battery. Maybe it just depends on how Jesse wants to do it.
Sure. Yeah. It depends on your roles, honestly. So yeah, whatever you want to do. You have plenty of options now. Again, Fern you not only have aluminum foil and hair clips. Fern brought a machete, a broken gas lamp, scissors, glasses, an old microphone, and a keychain with rusted keys and a rusted Swiss Army knife. You have a boombox, you have walkie-talkies, you have an extension cable and pies and a boombox and tacos. You also have the actual air. You have the Airstream itself and a rug on the floor and crappy lawn chairs. So you have a bunch of options of stuff to work with here, plus anything inside the house. Although Grandma wasn't too happy that there were 2 little indentations in her brand new microwave, but she gets kids. She was a kid once, so she's not too mad, but you're not allowed to use the microwave anymore. She's not, no more microwaving.
Should have left him in there for longer.
Are there any jumper cables in the car?
Well, you haven't actually fully ever explored the back of the car. Remember last time you were there when you were trying to look for the pipe, there was a ton of stuff back there. So there's a possibility that you can go in the back and explore the back of that giant van.
Crack that sucker open.
Yeah.
Sure.
Get in here.
All right. Yeah. Do the 3 of you go and do that and work together as a team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
So I need you all to roll an investigate roll, and if you don't have investigate, just a mind roll. See if you actually find anything useful.
Okay. Ooh.
Damn!
There's the roll.
Yeah. Not only do you all succeed in being able to completely discover everything there is in this car, you find in the back of this car matches, a little pack of matches. You find, let me make sure I write this. You find matches, you find a container that was like where the gun holster was, so it's like a foam case for where you would put the gun. Like, you know, those case, like the hard shell case that has foam on the inside. You find a bunch of wrappers and trash and all sorts of different containers, styrofoam, you know, all these different containers for food that he just threw back there. You find what appears to be a hatch. And this is thanks to Samantha's 3. You find what appears to be a hatch in the floor of the Vanagon that requires a key. You can try to get in there somehow, but it requires a key. And you also discover the fact that there are numerous marks in the back of the Vanagon that appear to be scratches in some sort of algorithmic puzzle. So it's like if you can imagine like 3 scratches down and then a scratch underneath it and then like 2 scratches underneath that. So it definitely is some sort of math that was being done in this Vanagon, but it's not done with like a 3. It's done with like 3 scratches instead of a 3.
Like tally.
So it could be a tally. Who knows what it could be? But it's all, as you start to move the trash, you see it on the wall next to where you would imagine Alistair slept in the back next to the couch. And so there are scratches all over it.
Can we do a comprehend roll to try to figure it out? Or how would we go about that? Are we looking for a pattern?
Yeah. You definitely can do a comprehend mind. If any of you want to do that to try and figure it out.
Yeah, I'd jump in there.
Sure, go for it.
Hey.
Damn!
Hey.
Ken, all of those years of playing video games and math has paid off. And you totally, completely realize that, yes, this definitely 100% isn't just tallies. This is an algorithmic equation. This is something that you've seen before. And it definitely has to do with astrophysics. And it has to do with space-time. And it has to do with like the idea that when you because you're a big sci-fi nerd and you understand this stuff, when you travel through time, you don't just have to worry about going from point A to point B in time. You have to worry about the fact that like things move in time. So the Earth will not be where the Earth is in 100 years, 36 days from now. Like 100 years plus 36 days, the Earth's going to be like in a different location. So if you time travel standing still, you could like end your ass up in space and dead, right? So this is an algorithm that is talking about how you would figure out how to solve this. It's incomplete, but definitely Alistair was trying to understand the concept of time travel.
Oh, great. That's another loop to what he was trying to do. Maybe old Alistair is young Alistair. Good God. Or maybe it has to do with Fern traveling around. I don't know. Well,
theory. I like that.
So
okay, so we gotta get in this hatch. I'm I can try going at it with my hair clip.
Yeah, of course. This hatch, it's gonna be tough, but you can definitely try with a hair clip to get in there. This would be a tinker roll. And if any of you has a good tinker, you can have them try it as well.
I only have one on my. I got 6 dice to roll. That's it.
3 on tinker.
Yeah.
You do it.
Samantha cannot figure it out, and Fern, you notice Samantha is having the worst time trying. Like she clearly saw it in a movie that you can use one of these to get in there, and she's like using this paperclip, trying her hardest to get in there, but it is not working.
I'm like,
Fern, you see this happening. What do? Do you sort of push her out of the way? How do you inject yourself into solving this?
Hey Sam, is that like a paperclip thing?
yeah, I saw it in a movie once.
Oh, okay.
It would totally work, but it was like a lot faster than this. So,
Well,
yeah.
if you take it and you like go to the left and then you rotate it about 92 degrees to the right, it'll open real easy.
All right, I just hand her the clip.
Okay, yeah, so you take it and then you jam it in there and then then it opens.
And like that, it just pops open. And as you open it up, underneath there's a briefcase inside.
Oh, is this like one of them fancy briefcases that's got a lot of money in it?
Yeah, let's open it.
Okay. So you pull the briefcase out and you flick there's no lock or combo or anything on the side that you have to break through. It's open. So you flick it open. When you pull back the briefcase, it's sort of one of those like bright light moments.
Gold light.
But as the camera yeah. But as the camera pans in from behind you, we see that inside are a series of manila envelopes. And they're the ones that are like wrapped with the string around it, around the top. And yeah, there's 4 of them in total.
Well, we gotta read these. Like
Yeah.
Fern immediately dives in and just she grabs one, starts untying the
Sure.
string.
You untie the first one, and in the first one are a series of photographs. And all the photographs are of all of you.
Oh my God.
Together or separately?
Together.
You
If
guys.
we flip one over, is there like a name on the other side or anything of it?
There's no information. They are all Polaroids, and they are all of you together. And one of the things that I'm going to shut up. I'll let you investigate. They're all of you. There are 4 photographs, all of you guys, all together.
And they have nothing on the back of the photographs. Like there's nothing.
Nothing on the back of the photographs. Nothing at all.
Are these looking at the photographs? Are these moments that have happened to
I
us?
love how Sam was just like investigate.
I heard the word investigate. Oh wait, did it come more than? I hear the word investigate, and I'm like, I will roll.
Sure.
I'll roll
Yeah. You definitely recognize these to be modern cameras. Like they were taken on a modern camera. But other than that, you don't notice anything. With the one, you don't notice anything except for the fact that like these are pictures that definitely are on cameras that you can buy in the store right now. Like that's the one thing you recognize.
So can you like write? Is there like room to write or anything? And I missed the question or answer. There's no writing on any of the photographs.
There's no writing on any of the photographs, but you can write on it's just like a normal Polaroid. You can write on the back. You can do whatever you like. There's room to write all over it, but there's nothing written on them.
What day's outfit am I wearing? Because this is something I would for sure know.
That's what I was trying to ask earlier. Is the picture of all of us together? Is it like stuff that do we recognize like where we are? If this actually happened, or if this is like a
Are we at a fair or something?
You're gonna have to roll for that.
Okay.
It's not at the fair. It's not at the fair.
Investigate.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. The thing you notice is it's not at the fair, but the clothes that you have on in these photos are clothes that you wear all the time. So you recognize it as it's not old. It's not an old photo, but it definitely is of a current you.
These must have been taken like a few days ago.
How
Man,
close up
this
are
is
they?
Um, they are various. All four of them are various lengths away. And none of them are in the forest. They are all on the property you're on now. They're all taken of you guys on this property, on Fern's property.
Well, we should definitely take those and put them in our hideout, so the other
Yeah.
popular kids can't see them. I mean, so that they're safe and we have a record of our adventures together.
Is this the first time we've
Sure.
all been together here? Wasn't Fern invisible last time we came, or not?
Interesting observation, Clarence. Yeah. Interesting that you realize that. Yeah, weird. So yeah.
right.
You
What
have
is
3
that?
other envelopes to go through.
All right.
Yes,
Grab another
Fern.
one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean,
Fern, grab another one. Grab another envelope, Fern.
yeah, okay. We gotta grab all of them. Let's just take the whole thing. Maybe it's got like a secret compartment or something in the briefcase that we can't
Yeah.
see. I want to bust this
Also,
thing
then
open.
we have a cool briefcase.
Yeah. Well, you also have 3 other envelopes and this compartment as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Clarence
open
is
up the second
disturbed
one.
a bit. I'm a little disturbed.
Do you want to open the next one then?
Yeah. I want to open another one.
Yeah,
Sure.
open them all.
You open the next one, and inside that is a passport. And the passport says Alistair Wolf, but the image on the passport where your picture would be has been cut out.
Does
What's
it have
the address information?
does it have date of birth on there?
It does. The date of birth is in the 1920s.
Okay.
Does it look like a modern passport or an old passport?
It is a modern in that it's from the late 70s.
It doesn't look
Okay.
like it's from the 50s or something like that.
No. It is definitely a it's the passport of an older man because you can see the date of his birth, and it is a modern passport, so it's been updated, but also inside of it are many travel stops.
Yeah.
There are a lot of stamps.
Anywhere that seems to be revisits the same place over and over again? Anything just stands out like that?
You can investigate to
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah.
Sure. Roll for me. Yes. One of the things you notice immediately is that not only does he return to the United Kingdom quite often, but he also seems to have a lot of trips to Egypt as well.
Okay, and then this is placed inside of an envelope. Why would that guy put his passport inside of an envelope inside of a briefcase in
Well,
the back
remember,
of his car?
the image has been cut out.
Yeah,
The image that goes with it has been removed.
It's not inside the envelope if I open up and look.
No, if you dump it, there's nothing else.
All right. Well, if that's all, is that all there is to notice about this as far as the roll goes?
That's all you notice.
All right. We'll crack open another one.
Sure. The next one you crack open, inside this one are a bunch of files. They are all written in legalese, and they all refer to this Sector 7 group. Now you can try to read them and try to understand them if you want, but they're like, it's a lot. It's definitely not a like 10th grade reading level. It's pretty in depth.
Nobody can read legal papers. Jeez.
Yeah, it's very legalese.
I'll set those aside. I will, and you guys can look over if you want to. But I'd like to go back to them later and try to comprehend them. Unless I can just like skim through them.
If you want to give it a try now, you can try to figure it out. Who knows what your awesome roll will be? This is definitely going to be a mind roll and probably a comprehend.
Okay, I got 8 dice for that. Maybe I can do something.
Damn. Anyone else want to give it a try? Okay.
I don't even have comprehend, so
Great. So, what you seem to figure out, even though you don't quite understand it, Samantha, is that Sector 7 is in some way related to something called the Secret 7.
The Secret 7?
The Secret 7
Secret
is in some no Sector 7 is in some way related to something called the Secret 7. But you don't know why. This appears to be forms about possibly business-oriented forms or something. Like, you just don't know what it could be, but it's definitely referring to the fact that there isn't just something called Sector 7, there's something called the Secret 7.
Does it seem like the Secret 7 are people or objects?
The Secret 7, you are not sure exactly. It just refers to something called the Secret 7.
Okay, well, maybe we'll try to hit those up later. And then, so now is there one more envelope?
There is one more envelope. You open up this last envelope. You open up this last envelope, and in it is just a letter. And on this letter is written in cursive. So you might have to try and, figure out what this says, but it's written in cursive, and it is signed Alistair Wolf. At least that part you can figure out. So do any of you know how to read cursive?
Yeah, I'm like
almost third grade.
16.
Cool. Yeah, no, you're right. You very much do. So throw me some comprehend rolls if you can figure this out.
I don't think they teach cursive in school anymore.
They definitely don't now. They definitely don't now.
I mean,
I remember
why
I had
would
to
you
do
need
it.
it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had to learn cursive.
I had to do it all the time.
So, yeah, you totally understand it because, of course, this is the 80s. You know cursive. Actually, you not only understand the cursive, but you also, I realize, it's 92, so it's past the 80s, but whatever. You grew up in the 80s. You not only understand cursive, but you realize this is a letter written to Alistair from himself. And it is a letter warning him of the path that he's going down. It basically says, Alistair, the path you're going down is one that you cannot come back from. And if you do, everything will change forever. The rest of us know what's going to happen. We've seen it happen before. You have to stop. Signed, Alistair.
Oh my god, there's like 7 Alistairs.
There's infinite Alistair.
There's infinite Alistair.
One Alistair.
But like he's all different versions of himself.
Yeah.
Which Alistair would actually write
timeline
happen. Is it dated? Does it say it was dated?
It is not dated, but the paper is old. It is like yellow now.
Damn it. And it's in cursive.
It's in cursive. It is written on yellow, but it's lined paper. So it's definitely paper from you know how they have those, or they used to. I don't know if they still do. They had those like sheets of paper that you could like rip off the top, and it was like I'm trying to think of what that's called. Like it had its own cardboard backing to it. And it was like, 100 pieces of paper, and they were all sort of at the top. I'm trying to think of what that's called. My brain's dead. Legal pad.
Legal pad.
Okay.
So it's a legal pad. It's written on that, but the white paper of the legal pad it's sort of like aged brownish yellow now. So it's been around for a while.
Does it look particularly not just aged, but worn, like it was crumpled or it was like folded a number of times?
When you pulled it out, it was folded into fours. So it has like that line going through the middle of it where it was folded into like a square.
Do you think we could heat it up slightly so that we could see if there's any secret messages or secret ink? I mean, I'm going to hold it up to the light. I know, this is a terrible idea.
Maybe it's got like a watermark on it or something. And if we hold it up and it's like, then you just put like the lighter behind it.
I was just going to hold it up.
Sure, you can definitely try. You hold it up to the sun and you don't see anything. It's just clearly an old legal pad piece of paper.
Well, that's a bunch of information. More questions.
Certainly is.
Seriously. Okay, did we open all four of the
All four open. Just as a refresher for everything that you know. The first was 4 photos, all of you 4, all taken together on your property, Fern, at a time that you do not recognize, but it is current. It's a current photo of you.
Okay.
The next envelope was a passport that had a 1970s passport from Alistair Wolf, and the photo in it was cut out. The next was a series of documents referring to something called the Secret 7, related to Sector 7 somehow. And the last was a legal pad with a note from Alistair written to Alistair.
This was just all in a briefcase that wasn't
all
locked.
in a briefcase,
but
it was in a locked compartment.
A locked compartment.
And
it was in the car.
Van. Yes.
In the van. Why
Yes.
would this be important to keep hidden in your own cars?
Oh, all he has.
Um,
He's got his time traveling algorithm in there.
He went to Egypt a lot and the UK.
Egypt and the UK. The UK, you would assume, because he's British. You would assume.
Right.
But
would
What
assume.
were the dates on those?
One would assume.
What were the dates on the stamps? On the
the dates.
stamps?
Sure. The dates on the stamps. That's it, since you already got it. The dates on the stamps are all from the 70s and 80s. They're all very frequent to the point of visiting once every 3 months. The Egyptian stamps are long. So what you notice is he would go there for months and months and months at a time. While the UK, he'd only visit for a few days.
He was digging.
Maybe he was like an oh god. Archaeologist. Maybe he was doing archaeologist work. And I wonder if it's maybe because of like does it say specifically where in Egypt?
It says all of them are Cairo, but
Cairo,
that could be because that's the only airport he flew into. You just don't know, but they all say Cairo. And the thing that you do remember, the thing that like flashes back to you, is while old Alistair told you that these balls were from the post World War II era, it was something that the Americans had made. Young Alistair, if you remember, warned you that these balls were thousands of years old.
Yeah. So many questions. Well, we got a whole bunch of hints. A lot of cool stuff.
So, like, if younger Alistair is saying these are thousands of years old, but older Alistair is saying that they're man-made.
Is that it? Older Alistair was the one saying that they're
older Alistair was the one who said they were from the 50s. And younger Alistair was the one who said they're thousands of years old.
Okay, I was reversed. It's one of those things that we can sit here and overthink for like a really long time.
Yeah.
I just want to pour 120 volts of electricity into those balls. Like, so bad.
Let's do it.
So just as a refresher, just so we go back through everything that you've learned. The balls were created by a government agency working with like former Nazi scientists, at least according to old Alistair. Well, this is a story that was told to you by young Alistair, so keep that in mind. According to young Alistair, in the 1950s, actually 1947, during this time period, the scientists all working together created something in a lab. They don't know how, they just stumbled upon these 2 balls. And these 2 balls were things that they couldn't control the power. They didn't know what they did, but it was just this like wacky experiment that went crazy. At a certain point, while experimenting on these balls, they just flat out disappeared. And the theory was that it was time travel. No one knew. But this group, Sector 7, was created to follow and track down the signs of these balls. And so in the 1980s, they basically like disbanded the organization, but kept a few people on staff. And that is Alistair and the others who were working with him, the pie eating guy and then the other guy. However, the balls reappeared, and now everyone is helping them find these stones, these like weird orbs. Meanwhile, no one knows what happened to them. So the whatever happened to these balls, who knows? Who knows what happened to them? But that's the background of that. So that's what you know. What you also know is that you have one guy who's been to Egypt a bunch. You have one guy claiming that these are thousands of years old, even though the lore and everything you've been told is that they were created during an experiment post World War II. So you have all this information, but what you also know is that a lot of what you're discovering has to do with time travel and has to do with things not making sense. Fern, you know from your experience traveling to the other whatever that was, that you went there 3 times, and the 3 times you went there were not in chronological order.
Mm-mm.
So that's all you have to know right now.
I mean, they could have been created in World War II and then accidentally gotten sent back to ancient Egypt. So then they had to dig them out.
Very possible. Very possible.
Well, we've also dealt with 2 set. Well, not us, but Fern has seen another pair of balls before as well.
Yes, there was another pair. Fern saw another pair.
So there could just be multiple. You know, if they're time travel and there's 2 that exist in one place or not, I don't know. You know, it's confusing.
If you go back to the cave, you will know that there was the place where you found the balls originally. There were dozens and dozens of skeletons, all wearing the exact same uniform, ? All of them have been there long enough that the skeletons weren't like decomposing corpses. They were skeletons. When Fern was with the balls in the alternate reality or whatever that was, you were in a room, like in a room that was not the same room. It was, there were 2 separate balls there as well. So that's something to consider too.
Yeah.
And they were the same, they had the same color?
Yeah, they were it was almost the exact same balls. Absolutely.
And then your room was also like not filled with dirt and dead bodies too. It was like a cleaned out room.
Yep.
So
it was a facility. And it also seemed very similar to the place that old Alistair contained you guys earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
So pieces are coming together. Yeah, there's a lot to think about, but pieces are coming together.
I mean, there's enough for us to make some. We can make some wild guesses, but we won't know for sure until we have just a bit more information. But
Absolutely, yeah. You're in wild guess territory, which is better than being confused totally. You can now at least make assumptions.
True.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, and now there's a giant, awful beast chasing people in the woods. So, I mean, that's the thing too.
Right.
Okay.
I know we got to make that. We got to make that thing a weapon of some sort if we can. The ring.
Sure. If you can figure out what to do with it, you need to experiment with the ring as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And then just one thing that may have been obvious, but I wasn't too sure about. The pictures that we have, are they like they're not from like a distance, like top down, like a helicopter kind of picture? They're like someone's hiding in the woods taking pictures or something?
Not even hiding. It's just pictures of you, and you're just like, the angle is literally, it would be almost like you were standing on the porch of Fern's grandmother's home.
Right. And I guess the thing I was wondering is if we were posing for the pictures, or if it was just like action shot kind of thing.
It's you all working.
Okay.
Like on the outside of the RV of the Airstream. And it's you all just sort of like, you're not like hammering stuff, but you're all like doing things. It's like in action shots.
Are we shocking some balls?
It's one of those things where it's Sometimes your
I got
backs are turned. Like you're not necessarily all visible. You're definitely not posing.
Okay, that was it. That's what I wanted to know. Well, you guys want to shock some balls or?
So bad. So bad. We're like 5 episodes now.
All right. Let's
Also
try
got
shocking
like an
him.
epiphany, and I'm waiting. What are you thinking right now? What is going through your head? Because you had like.
She is not understanding how exactly these pictures were taken or where they were taken because no one's been there ever except for Fern. She is wondering if it's possible that these pictures were taken as sort of a prophecy, because if everyone's outside working and collecting stuff to experiment on the balls, these pictures maybe told Alistair that this is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to end up doing. And this is where they're going to be at this specific moment. And I have to keep this safe because now I'm going to know where they are and what they're doing in the future. And somehow he's able to figure out or predict where we're going to be. And young Alistair can't. And so that's why he's following us in the helicopter.
That's how he finds us.
So
are we wearing what we're wearing right now?
Yeah, that's a great question.
You are wearing the one thing that is very obvious is that, like I said, it's all clothes that you've worn before, so you recognize the clothes. But I'll give you this, Samantha, it's one of the 3 outfits that you packed. It's not what you're wearing right now, but it's one of the 3 that is in the bag.
Yeah.
So maybe what this does is it makes like calculations based whatever we're talking about, like whatever could possibly be predicting this makes calculations based on what we were wearing previously or having our information about like Sam's clothes or whatever, or what Fern wears pretty much all the time. And it's just like, this is a possible outcome. Like this is a possible outcome of in this dimension where these kids are going to be and what they're going to be doing.
Sure. Possible.
But if it's just like a Polaroid, how do we know?
Where do you take the picture? How do you get the picture? Exactly. There's a lot of questions.
From which angle is this? Like, is this in the forest? Is it taken like right outside the house?
It is 100% taken. The angle is, if you were to like imagine where the photo's taken from, literally the steps or the front like walkway away from your grandmother's trailer house.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Fern, does your grandma have a camera?
No. I mean, I don't even think she really has ever used a camera before. Oh, I guess I could go ask, but I doubt it. I mean, I'll just go ask her. Let's see. Maybe she that'd be real weird though.
Sure. Do you want to go ask her right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, grandmama.
Yes, baby.
Do you recall if we have a Polaroid and if you've ever used it before?
Oh, child. I ain't got no need to see myself taking photographs.
Well, I know, but you know what? I thought I might ask if we had one anywhere. No, nobody was like, around the house taking pictures, right? You would have seen that.
Your friends were here the other day and they were being crazy, but I didn't. No, I didn't. No one's taking photos.
You mean these guys? Like my friend, like these people?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of them. I'm not very good with faces, but I remember them. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So they're okay. How? I'm wondering if they were maybe my friends or if they were other people that I don't know, because I've only been with these guys for the last week or so.
I'm so happy you found friends. That's nice, baby.
Yeah, thanks, Grandmama. Yeah, I don't think she took any pictures. Thanks, Grandmama. Just need to check in with you.
Okay.
You go back to
sleep. Remember, don't use the microwave no more.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, real bad with popcorn.
Damn kid. She goes back into the bedroom.
She did not take pictures. She doesn't even know what I don't even think she knows where Polaroid is. Bless her heart.
Did you used to have 2 dogs or just 1?
She has 2.
I've always had 2. Have you met him? Have you met Blooper?
I don't think I've seen the second dog in a long time.
Blooper runs up and just starts licking Clarence in the face. Like,
That's Blooper.
Yeah.
Okay. He's here. Good.
Yeah.
He didn't go get mutated into a crazy dog or anything.
No, Blooper's fine. Blooper's Blooper.
Okay.
He's a real lazy one. Jesse's the one that loves turning around a lot, but Blooper's just like, just give me a treat.
I was over checking off boxes, like, all right, let's see if where's this dog at? Okay, cool.
So do you want to experiment with the balls more, or what do you want to do?
Yes.
Because this time period of the day is slowly winding down. So
Okay.
you may have to do like a come back tomorrow moment. It's your call. What do you want to do?
Well, if they go do the ball stuff, just one quick investigation, maybe if I can, to see if there's anything we're missing inside the briefcase, like there's like the bottom of it comes out or anything.
Sure. Yeah. Roll for investigate. Let's see if you find anything in there.
It's one.
Yeah. You don't discover anything in there. No. Okay. No, you don't discover anything else.
Right.
Do we
Who
put
wants
it?
to
Do we
go
put it back
shock
in
some
there?
stuff?
Yeah.
Do we keep all of our
No,
stuff
We're
out, or do we
keeping
put it
this.
back?
We're keeping
away?
this. We're bringing this back with us.
Oh yeah, we put it in our hideout.
Okay.
This
Okay,
is
so we
important.
need to make a pile of metal because metal's important and it focuses it. So maybe we take like all the metal that we have and we make like a nest for the balls.
Oh yeah.
And
So
then-
the good thing is, just a reminder, once those enter your hideout, no one can show up and just like steal them. They are yours.
Okay.
So anything you take and put in the hideout is yours. It's evidence you have to solve the mystery.
Oh, was there any jumper cables? That's what we got looking here to begin with.
Oh yeah, I mean you can roll to see if you can find jumper cables. Sure, they aren't in the back though. You might
Okay.
be able
Okay.
to find
Okay.
them in place else.
Was it investigate again?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. God dang it.
No, you don't find any jumper cables.
All right. That'd be so cool to like get the positive and negative and figure out if one of them is positive or negative. But anyway.
It would be very cool. Yes.
my roll will come in about 3 minutes. I should probably restart.
All right. Sweet. Well, until your roll comes in.
Yeah, there it is.
I still want to hit the balls with something like a pipe or something.
Sure.
We got it on the ground, the metal.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe I shouldn't do it because.
Okay, yeah. Morgan, you find the fact that like while you don't find a jumper cables, you do find the fact that like none of you have checked the trunk. So you guys can definitely check the trunk if you want to.
Oh, I thought we were in the trunk.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're in like the back area of the Vanagon. But no one's actually opened the trunk to see what's in there.
Oh,
All right, let's do it.
Let's open the trunk.
Sure, you pop open the trunk, and in the back of the trunk is a toolbox.
yay!
Nice. What's in the toolbox?
The toolbox is locked.
God dang it!
Fern, get on that.
All right. Let me see
I'm
if I
so
can open
impressed
this
with
bad
Fern.
boy.
Yeah, try and tinker. Try and tinker your way into opening it.
All right. Damn.
Nope,
Is-
it
I help you?
breaks. Oh!
No!
Hey!
Well, it's,
So
it's
while-
broken.
While it breaks,
Damn.
Clarence doesn't care because he just like gets frustrated and bashes the lock. In fact, he gets so frustrated. Clarence, I'm gonna give you a twofer because that's a really good roll. You get so angry because the paperclip breaks that you take one of the balls and smack it as hard as you can on the lock. The lock opens. Just like click and opens.
Is this the ball with the X or without the X?
Ball without the X.
Damn, I didn't know you were that strong, Clarence. Good job.
It does not damage the lock. It does not damage it. It just click opens.
Oh.
I appreciate it, but I really didn't hit it that hard. It's probably like there's even like a dent where I hit it with the ball on top or anything.
There's no dent. There's no dent in the ball. There's no dent in the lock. You literally smash it, and out of anger, it goes click click and just like falls down and opens.
I think this is the ball of opening.
What's the other one do? Wait. Put the other one up to it. See if it like locks it.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sure. Do you hold that ball to something? You hold it or smash it?
Hold the other ball up to it and like clink it.
Sure. You hold the other ball up to it and clink and nothing happens.
I'm gonna smack it.
Sam smacks it. The lock locks again.
Does it work with like? Does it work with like regular stones? Like Fern picks up just like a rock and just smashes it and see if like this, is it just like the smash? You just got to smash it, or is it like the balls?
Sure. You smash it and you like hurt your hand trying to smash it. It doesn't do it.
Okay, so I think it's definitely like the balls. I think that's. Wait. Try smashing it with the other one that didn't open it before. Like this one instead of the other one that Clarence
Sure,
has.
yeah. The one that's marked, you try to smash it, it does not open.
Okay, Clarence, do what you just did again with your ball.
Try to hit it again.
Clarence smashes it, click, pops open.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's something. That's something, right? Is that the one with the X?
No, it's not. The one with the X does not open. The one without anything on it does open.
Is this it? Okay, so the one that I have is the one that you can hear with the radio?
Yeah, the one with the X is the radio one.
This is the radio one.
The one that messes with the signal is the X. Yes. The one that like gave you the radio, that was the X one, yes.
And the X was the one that locked it back.
And the one that you heard a voice from, yes, and the one that you heard a voice from, Clarence, is the one that unlocks it.
I mean, it's a long shot here, but can I take like the passport and like smack it against the ball and see if it rewinds the freaking passport to what it was before?
It doesn't do anything to it. You smack it and nothing happens. No.
What about the pictures?
Do you want to smack the pictures against the ball?
So we got so far smacking them.
Yeah, sure. You smack the pictures and nothing. Yeah, you guys smack everything. What happens is the only thing that you notice that happens when you smack things is when you use the ball without any markings on it, you open the trunk, open the car doors, open the door to the trailer. And when you smack things with the X marked ball, you close the trunk, close the doors, close the trailer.
That's weird.
That's awesome. All right, what's in the toolbox? That is great. What's in the toolbox?
Yeah. You open the toolbox, and inside is just a wide array of tools. Anything and everything you could want tool-wise that can fit inside of a toolbox is in there.
Okay. Like jumper cables?
There are jumper cables underneath. When you pull up the top part, there's jumper cables underneath.
Clarence, look, jumper cables.
Yeah.
Yay!
Wait. Try smacking the ball on the jumper cable. See if anything happens.
Might as well.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens when you smack the balls with the jumper cables.
Y'all, we gotta smack everything. I feel like that's getting us somewhere. But like this ball right here, the one with the markings on it, does this like okay, just hear me out. Like this one closes stuff, and that one that Clarence has without the markings, maybe it like reverts it to its previous stage. And I know that that's a huge word, revert, for me, but I saw it somewhere and I was like, I got to use that today in a sentence. So I think that puts it back to like its other state, like how it was before.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to smack the passport to it, maybe. It didn't work, though.
Smacking everything.
Or it could be energy transfer, like with the microwave. It could be that we're applying force and it's displacing the force or something crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who knows? Cool. Yeah, but it doesn't damage things. When you hit it, it doesn't damage. It just opens. And when you hit it with the other one, it just closes.
Can I at this point, can I take the hammer from the toolbox and put the marked one on the ground and try to hit with a hammer?
Sure. I'm gonna need you to roll body on this.
Dang it. No!
I'll give you
the hammer to the 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, so you try to hit it, and because it's a round ball, it sort of rolls up under the hammer, so you don't actually get like a real hard swing on it.
And I'll turn it like, Eddie, can you help me out here? See if I can get him to hit it.
Sure. Eddie, of course, is going to roll a. I mean, he'll do fine. This is going to be so body and force roll. Boop. Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Loaded
it's
dice.
down on the ground.
Yeah.
It's down on the ground. Eddie's going to try and join the call. Hi, Octo. The ball is down on the ground, and Eddie just smacks it, and he hits it so hard that you hear like a bang, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
The thing you do notice is that neither the ball or the hammer seem to have any damage.
What about the other ball?
Yeah, and try it. Might as well smack everything.
Exact same thing happens. No damage. However, he does wear off some of the X that was marked on.
Okay. I guess the other thing is real specific though. Like even like the dirt around it on the ground, does it seem to like transfer and like make it kind of bounce a little bit around the corners?
No. That's a great. I'll give you that. The observation is that whatever you're doing, there isn't like the ground doesn't move, the dirt doesn't shift. There is it's like absolutely. It's like it almost sucks up all the energy, the inertia of hitting that. It's like gets sucked into the ball. Both balls.
All right, I'm hooking it up to this battery right now.
We gotta shock these.
Like right
I
now.
mean, Sam has been champing at the bit to do this, so I'm ready to see what happens.
I have been so patient.
Sure. You could.
Right, so you.
Sorry. I was gonna say you could try before hooking it to the batteries to hook it up to the balls first and see if anything happens in reverse first.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sure. So you
the battery
clamp.
It'll be so sad.
You clamp the balls to each other. Then is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like positive and negative. What I was saying, like the balls.
Right. So you have 4 clamps, right? So what do you do with the 4 clamps? Where do the 4 clamps go?
The red one on the one with the mark first. That seems like it's our positive one, maybe. And then the black one on the other one without the mark.
Okay.
And then touch the tips on the other. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you hook it up, and nothing happens.
Okay, and then of course try to reverse it just to go through due diligence.
Of course. Yeah, you reverse it, and you start to see little blue sparks
coming from the balls or from the jumper cables.
Just like in the air, just like very much like what you saw in the microwave.
Ooh.
Just keep watching.
Sure. You watch for what appears to be a good while, and the sun is slowly going down in the background, but it's just only little blue like twinkles.
Y'all just keep going. Keep going. You gotta keep going. It's exactly what I saw in the microwave. Just wait it out.
Nothing.
There's something.
Sure. How long do you want to wait?
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes? An hour goes by and is still just sparking. An hour goes by and you're all sitting around waiting. At this point, Eddie has fallen asleep on the side of the in the van. Clarence is sort of like sitting there. Nothing. It's just Fern staring directly at it, unfazed, waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened. It's literally just still sparking.
Fern, can I try some more stuff yet?
Yeah, okay. All right. But I swear there could have been something that was going to happen though. Can't use a microwave. Damn it.
Oh, I'll reach out and I want to touch the balls and just to see if there's anything that if I get shocked or something.
Sure. You reach out and touch the balls. You put a finger on the ball. Fern, Eddie, Samantha, Clarence disappears.
God.
No!
Clarence is gone. Clarence has vanished. Clarence, you find yourself standing in what is very much the field that you recognize as being Fern's family's farm. But there is no trailer. There is no Fern, no Samantha, no Eddie, and you are in a barren field that is all dirt, and the tree line is dead trees, and it is the sky is very, very sort of gray, and in the distance there's a red glowing tinge to the sky. But you are alone. And your finger is still like pressed out where the balls were. But the area you're at, what you see is not your reality.
Clarence about to learn today, boy.
I've entered the dark world.
What do you do?
Well, do I feel the ball still at my fingertip, or is it nothing?
Yeah, you're still pressing the ball, but the ball's not there in front of you. But your finger's still like mashed against it.
Well, my reaction when I see this is to like jump back and like fear.
Sure, you jump back, and like that, you are immediately back with everyone else. And for Fern, Eddie, and Samantha, you were gone for, it was like a blink of an eye. Like to them, you vanished and then reappeared. But for you, Clarence, it was it felt like 20, 30 seconds.
Okay. So yeah, I'll peer back and like scoot back and be like, oh.
Well, what happened?
Scary. Oh.
What happened?
I was like in a field all by myself. And the sky was like a weird color.
Uh-huh. And nobody else was around and everything looked real dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel on the inside.
Eddie wakes up and looks down at you guys and is turns around and looks at you all. He has clearly something has woken him.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do? Yeah, Clarence, you just saw something crazy. And Fern, you realize Clarence saw what you saw.
Yeah. Was it like everyone, like no one was there, right? Like nothing.
Yeah, I was all alone. It was real scary.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I've been. That's where I was. And I only found like a few people and they were all running for something. They were real scared and it looked like everything died. It looked like the apocalypse happened.
Is that where Ganon came from?
Or what?
The monster thing.
You mean, oh yeah, the giant thing that's chasing us? Yeah, that's exactly where that came from. And
don't touch the balls.
Yeah.
Don't go back.
Oh, so we should like not touch the balls.
Sam, anybody want to touch the balls? Do you want to see what Clarence and Fern are talking about?
Yeah,
No, it sounds awful.
You'd at least be able to know what happened or where we've been.
That's true.
We're right here.
You know,
We're right here. All you gotta do is just take your hand off when you're done.
Yeah, you know how they say like you need to get tased to use a taser on the police? We should all have to go through this. It's the same thing, right?
Eddie, do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Me and Eddie do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So the two of you touch the ball at the exact same time. And Fern, Clarence, you see them vanish. Just poof. Eddie, Samantha, the two of you are, just like I described earlier, in a field that is, there's no more grass. It's just dirt. It is definitely, you recognize it as the exact same place where you're just standing, except there's no life to be seen. The tree line is dead trees. The sky is gray, and there's a red glowing something far off in the distance up in the sky, and it is a hellscape. You have never seen anything like this before in your life, and it is terrifying.
But me and Eddie are together.
You're both touching it. You're both together. You're standing next to each other.
So we see each other? Okay.
Yep. You see
Which
each other.
ball are they touching? Is it just one or both of them?
Right now they are touching the one that is unmarked.
Unmarked one. Okay.
So we'll pull our hands off.
Sure.
Or I'll
You
pull my
pull your
hand
hands off, and you are now, well, all right. So you pull your hand off. Eddie, Samantha vanishes.
So now it's just me?
It's just you there.
Whoa, I'm looking around. What?
Uh-huh.
So I let go.
Yeah, you let go, and you're right back with all the others, and the 4 of you are sitting there, and you now all understand where Fern has been this entire time.
Did we all touch the ball without the mark on it?
You all touch the ball without the mark on.
Okay, I'm gonna touch the ball with the mark on it.
Touch the ball with the mark on it, and the
Yes.
blue sparkles vanish.
Did you just ground
I
it?
take my hand off. I know. Oh my.
Yeah.
You take your hand off, and all of a sudden, very slowly, they start to reappear.
All right, Sam,
Huh.
you keep your hand on that one
Okay.
that you just touched, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna touch the other one,
Okay.
unmarked one.
Sure. Sam, you put your hand on the one that is not, or the one that is marked, and Fern puts her finger on the one that isn't marked, and the isn't marked one, nothing happens.
Huh.
What if she and I hold hands?
Sure, you hold hands, nothing happens.
Okay.
All right, so just take your finger off and see what happens if I disappear again.
Okay.
Oh,
So I take my finger off.
You do, and Fern, poof, disappears. Fern, you don't find yourself in the same place everyone else was. You find yourself in that same underground, let's say, layer that was where you originally were the very first time. And in front of you, about 20 feet away, are 2 balls laying there. But you are clearly touching balls that are connected with everyone else.
Oh. Well, without removing her finger,
Uh-huh.
she is going to grab one of the balls.
It's about 15 feet in front of you. So you can't just like reach out and grab it.
You may be able to pull the.
She takes her finger off the ball.
Sure. You immediately, poof, you're right back with everyone else.
Okay, so when I touch this, I'm not here. I'm not in this area. And I go to like that underground place that we were before, and there is another set of balls. I'm gonna go try and grab them.
Wait, there's 4?
There's another set entirely.
That sounds like a great idea, Fern.
Yeah,
I need
actually
more
sounds pretty
balls.
cool. Yeah, do that.
Where were they? We can move the ball towards it.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
it was about
she and
about
I.
like 15 feet in front of me. Or maybe we could both do it together, Sam.
Yeah. Because maybe I'll go to where you're going.
Okay. All right, let's try that here. If we move
So-
these like about 15 or so, maybe feet in front of me, that's where they were.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so like north, like 15 pieces here. Okay. All right, let's set them down right here. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
All right. So you both touch the one that is not marked. And in a blink, Eddie, Clarence, you see the 2 girls vanish. The 2 of you are in a field covered in dirt with a tree line in the distance of old decrepit trees and a gray sky and a red glowing hue in the background.
This isn't it. This isn't it. I went to a different place.
Okay, maybe it's me. Let's try it again.
Oh.
Just you.
Okay. All right.
Sure. You both let go. Well, Sam, you let go. Fern, you're
Yep.
still in this area. You're still here.
Fern, let's go too.
Sure. You let go and you both reappear in front of Eddie and Clarence, 15 feet away from where you originally were.
So confusing.
Where the balls
All right,
at?
all right. I don't know. I'm gonna try touching it again because we both went to a field instead of where I was.
Oh yeah, that's where I went too.
Touching it.
Wait, that's where I was. Wait, you went somewhere else?
Oh, I
You
thought she
touch
touched
again,
it.
Fern?
Yeah, she did.
Oh,
Fern touches it one more time, and as you guys ask her questions, poof, Fern just vanishes.
see
Fern,
ya.
you are you are back in a field, exact same place. Completely, you are not in that facility anymore. You're back in the field.
Wah, wah.
Oh, damn. She takes her finger off. It's like, oh, there were 2
And then-
balls.
Yeah, furious, you appear back in front of everyone else.
Oh, I don't know what happened, but there were 2 balls right in front of me, and I really wanted to grab them, but they were in that facility. I wonder if we go back there. I wonder if that's where they would be. Ooh. Oh, I'm so cheesed.
Okay. Is there anything else? I mean, now that you have these jumper cables, is there anything else you want to do?
We put on the battery.
You want to put it on the battery?
Yeah. Hey, and before we do, like, touch the tips of the other end of the jumper cable together to see if anything happens before we stick to the battery.
Sure. Nothing happens when you connect the other tips.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Battery time.
Yay, party
doing it?
time!
You go and you put the battery. You connect the battery. I assume you do. What do you want to do first? What positive, negative? What do you want to do first? What do you want to connect?
The red to positive, black to the negative.
Yeah.
So the current that you have
Yeah.
right now. So basically, you keep the balls hooked up the way they are, and then you hook the other ends to the battery.
Yeah.
The sparks grow larger, and a arc starts to form between the balls.
Oh,
Arc electricity between the balls.
This is just like the microwave.
Somebody crank the car. Who's got the keys?
Yeah.
You have the
I'll go
keys.
grab
You
them.
have the keys.
Oh shit!
you got him.
I'll hop in the car real quick and like try to crank it to give it
Sure.
more
You
juice. from the
turn on the
alternator.
car and you rev the engine, and the balls start to glow, and the arc starts to get bigger and brighter.
Clarence, it's working.
It's like stick
Keep
my hand
going.
around. I don't know if I can see.
Give it the
Yeah,
juice.
Yeah,
I'll
you look
keep
out.
moving.
You can see it.
Yeah. I'll keep revving it to see if we can get it going or not.
Is this what Fern was seeing in the microwave? Like this exact thing?
This exact thing.
Nice. Okay, this is what was happening in the microwave, and that's where I started to see that one thing that I can't explain, that I'm really bad at explaining
so we're
things.
both just like looking really closely at it.
Yeah.
Sure. You get down and you look very, very closely at it, and the closer you get, Sam, nothing happens. But as Fern leans in next to you, you both start to see something appearing through the arc.
You see that?
Fern, you're magic. You're like the magic shoe.
Oh,
But actually
my
magic.
god.
Well, let's not get crazy. The shoe is the shoe, but maybe you do have some powers also.
Yeah, Eddie's right. I mean, we can't
She
dismiss
totally
the
has power.
shoe.
Yeah, the shoe is really the crux here.
Mm-hmm. Quite possible.
Oh.
Quite possible. So, Fern, as you look through, you notice that what you're looking at is the brown, like reddish tinted dirt of this alternate reality or whatever this is, that literally you're looking through something, and it's the balls on the ground are whatever it is, it appears to be a window.
Y'all, that is a portal. That is a portal. If I've ever seen one. Clarence, you are creating a portal, my guy.
Really?
Yes.
I've done it.
Can I stick my hand in it?
Sure. Eddie, you look at Fern and Samantha and just cram your hand in it,
Yeah.
and your hand is on the other, like it fits through and is literally on the other side, and you start mashing your fingers in the dirt.
Can they see my hand on the other side, or does it just literally look like I have my arms cut off?
So if you were to look through,
Yeah.
you see your
Uh-huh.
hand. If you were to look around, your hand is
Uh-huh.
not there.
Okay. Wait, guys, go to the other side.
Yeah, I see it. Your hand's not there. You're literally touching dirt in
Okay,
another dimension.
I give the finger. I'm like, guys, guess what I'm doing?
I want
Finger
to see
in
that.
dirt.
Start getting out of the car.
No, Clarence,
Sure.
keep it going. My God, you could cut his hand off if we lose connection.
Get back
I
in.
take it out. I take my hand out of the
Sure.
portal.
Yeah.
That was a really good point.
The The portal though is totally fine. It's still maintained. Clarence didn't stop, and it's still working.
Ooh, that was close.
It's very small right now
Almost lost my
because
hand there.
the distance of the balls is very, very close to each other. So the portal is very, very small at the moment.
What if we?
You guys-
What if
well,
we
you guys play with
spread
it.
them out?
Interesting. Yeah.
Sure. Do you want to spread them? You want to spread the balls out?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
just
Spread the
try-
balls.
Yeah.
All right.
Like a couple,
So
like 5 feet from each other, maybe.
You pull them apart, and the arc between them grows. And while it isn't very big, it is definitely wide enough for people to crawl through now.
Okay, we gotta get the monster back in the bad place and the people out of the bad place. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole other world. You know,
Yeah.
they could be anywhere, and we don't exactly have like
Wait a minute.
a real easy way for these to what?
Did you guys ever see Planet of the Apes?
Like, no.
Okay, well, maybe it was Earth all along. You
What are
can't
you
see
talking
my
about?
face right now, but I have a very intense look on it.
Like you mean that's Earth on the other side?
Yeah. Maybe it's like different Earth.
Maybe it's Earth after we accidentally do that apocalypse thing that we did before. That was kind of awesome.
That was pretty cool.
It was cool, right? I know.
Yeah, it was sick.
It was like pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Where you been? Jesus, Eddie.
listen,
Yeah.
all right. All I'm saying is maybe it's not a different world. Maybe it's like different Earth.
Like Earth in the future, maybe?
That's dumb. No, like different Earth.
Different Earth. So like a different, like if it took a timeline or something, and we're now because we did something in the past, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe that.
I mean, there were a lot of skeletons when I first got there. There were all these skeletons outside of that place that we were being caged up, and it was like the same spot where all those agents died. Y'all remember that?
Oh man,
Yeah.
no, but
And
that
like-
sounds awesome.
Well, I mean, from an artistic perspective, sure, it was pretty awesome. But, being there, it really sucked because there was nobody else and I was terrified out of my mind. I did see that one guy that said I would be here in 3 weeks. So I guess I got to put that on my calendar.
Am I able to get out of the vehicle and mess around with this thing at all, or do I got to keep revving it up to keep it going?
Great question. You can, no one's in it now, so you can like test and see what happens.
Yeah. Let
Go
the
and rev.
car and go idle and see what happens.
Sure. Yeah, you get out of the car and you go to look and see what everyone's doing, and the gateway, whatever this is still open.
Whoa.
Is there a stick on the ground nearby?
There are plenty of sticks. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I just want to take it and put it through and like raise it up to the edge.
Sure,
And
yeah.
see if it-
You raise it up to the edge, and instead of it like burning off or disappearing, you hit a solid like edge.
It just doesn't
Stick
go.
goes thick. Yeah, it just doesn't go.
Who has the ring?
You have the ring.
Do I have the ring? Do I have the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Who has the keys?
You do?
Who has the ring?
Yeah, and why do
You
I have
have
all this stuff?
everything,
You guys
Clarence.
take everything
It's
from me.
literally you.
Take the ring and like if I take the ring and does it do anything if I get it close to the portal or even pass it through?
The ring starts to glow.
Huh. Put the ring on and like stick my hand in and try to like open the portal more like
Sure. As you do, the outer edges of the arc start to move.
woo.
How are they moving?
How they move is it like they
As in, like you pushing stretches them out, and while they stay there for a little bit, but then they eventually go back to the normal arc. So it's sort of like an archway, but an archway to like a hobbit hole at the moment. It's
Right,
it's
right.
you have to crouch down to go through it. It's not very big.
Like,
And it's sort of
we're
a
not
one at a time.
fitting-
If you wanted to go in, you'd have to go in one at a time through this thing. It's
Right.
that tiny.
But the ring affects this, so that's
The
a
ring
clue
does,
to
so you can
something.
like widen it, and so as you like, if you push up on the middle, it goes up and then eventually comes back down, but not like right away.
Right. Well, just to push the boundaries, how far can I push it up? How big can I make it before it stops
You
me?
push it up past your like height, like your arms reach, but clearly
Oh,
you
so
can't
it
go any
keeps
higher
going.
because like yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I'm the portal master.
Damn, you really
Yeah,
are.
Hashtag whiz life. Hashtag
Yeah.
whiz life. You got it. Yeah.
That's like an official title too. We have to call him that now.
So
Hmm.
you open it. What do you like? You can manipulate it however you want now. So what do you do?
Well, maybe that's an option of some crazy kind to get the animal to go through it. Maybe.
Quite possible. Quite possible. You have no idea where that animal is right now.
Yeah,
The
and no
last
way
time the last time you saw it was literally 3 days ago when you escaped from that facility. So
Yeah.
it has not hunted you. It has not done anything to you. It is out in the woods though somewhere.
Can I walk through? Open it up, walk through, and look around. Clarence is curious.
Sure. Yeah. Clarence, you push it above your head and walk through. And what you see is this same reddish dirt covered hellscape. But behind you is a portal looking back on a green field and Fern and Samantha and Eddie staring at you from the other side. It's like a window that you can walk through.
Huh. This place. I gotta come back through. This place looks bad. I don't want to go. I don't want to be in there.
Sure. Yeah. You walk back through and you're back on the other side.
So,
Huh.
Fern,
It's the same place. Yeah.
did you remember where the people were that you met? Like where their village was or like their town? You could go
Village.
there.
There were no towns.
No?
There were no cars. There was no nothing. I
Or,
mean,
like,
that place
people.
that you okay. You remember how at the edge of the woods when we were all kind of like tumbling down that one hill and there was a cliff
Yeah.
and there was a tree and then I hit
Yeah.
my head real hard on that tree. Well, there were a couple dudes who came over. One of them was named Frank and I can't remember the other one's like Charlie and Justin or something. I don't know. They were all real pissed off because one of their friends was going hunting in the woods and then they were real freaked out about this fog that came down and covered everything. And when that fog came down, that's when that monster came out.
When did the fog come?
I don't know, they had like a timer. They were like, all right, 10 minutes. And I don't even know because they ain't no sun over there. So I was just like, how the hell you know? How do you know when this is going to happen? So it was like the light just got real dim and then I couldn't see a damn thing.
How convenient Clarence would ask a question like that. Because as you are all well aware, you've been testing as the sun was going down. And just as Clarence asks, the sun dips behind the trees on your side, and you notice in the distance a slow moving fog rolling towards the gateway.
On our side?
On the other side.
Uh-huh.
Does the fog look like that?
There it is. That's it.
Hey,
That's it right there.
Is that the fog?
That's it.
Should we close this?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we should maybe.
Don't
Yeah.
want to?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we?
What if the fog
Like-
gets in our side?
I mean,
I'll
that's a
grab
real
one of
good
the
question.
jumper cables and like clamp it open to let one of the balls drop and see if it closes or not.
So you open the portal, or you open one of the clamps on the balls?
Yeah.
Sure. Which one?
Non-marked.
You open it, it's still open. The portal it's still connected to the ball. The ball falls, and it's still the arcway is still between the two.
Oh, shoot. The other one.
Do the other one. Do the
The
other one.
do
Do
the
the
other
other
one.
one.
The other one?
Yeah.
Sure. You unclamp the X marked one, and the portal instantly closes.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that happens on the other side. There's like a fog, and then you hear howling, and then y'all already saw what happens.
Weird.
when it
As
comes
you
after.
say that, as you say, you hear howling in the background, in the trees. You hear. It's far enough away, but it's a gentle reminder that there's something out there, something terrible.
We should go in the house.
Yeah, I think that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
let's
house-
get
house
let's
time.
get our
Yeah,
let's
house
get our
time.
yeah. Let's go in the house.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, you all go
Grab the
inside the
ball.
house. Grab the
Did we
you
turn
grab
the
the balls,
car
go
off?
back inside the house. Yeah, what do you do with the car?
Should probably turn it off so we don't
Turn
have
it
to
off.
waste the gas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I go turn it off and take the keys out.
Where do you go? Do you go in the hideout or back into Fern's actual house?
We should go in the hideout.
I think the
I feel like
hideout.
It's way safer in there because I don't
Yeah.
want to get grandmama involved with shit.
Yeah. Hideout.
So you go to the
Amazing.
hideout.
We're super
And-
brave, by the way. Super brave.
Yeah, in the hideout, you sit there for several hours, but nothing happens. It is now 2 a.m. and you're terrified because you've all seen what Fern is finding. Like, you all are on the same page as Fern now, and you believe that like something terrible is coming to get you. Nothing shows up. Nothing
On the
happens.
plus side, we have pie.
You do have pie.
I
You have
feel-
those tacos. The
Tacos.
lettuce.
Tacos.
Yeah, you have the
I'm good.
tacos and the pie.
I got a deck of cards here if y'all want to play some
Perfect.
cards and wait till the morning because I ain't going outside. I'll tell you right now.
I tell you
Sure.
what.
Tell you what, I'm not going outside. Not leaving this place till that sun comes up.
You wake up the next morning to a knock on the trailer, and it's Grandmama. And she's like, y'all kids in there?
Yeah, Grandmama, we're just having a sleepover.
That's nice. All right. If y'all need the hose, I'll hook it up for you.
Oh, thanks, Grandmama. It's real sweet of you. I think we're good. I mean, I took, that shower. I'll be fine for another week.
Okay, babe. And she like leaves, and you hear her walk off. The sun has risen, and it's another day.
Okay, y'all. Think we're good outside.
Yo, made it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to try experimenting some more, but
We know how to open a portal. What else could there be?
I don't really know. But
I guess one
I know
unlocks
that-
doors when you smack it though. It locks them
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. So strange.
And maybe we could try the radio again. Maybe try changing channels and see if we hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
let's-
That'll just take a
Uh,
Which
second.
one do you use?
The one with the X.
Use one with the X, and as you switch through the channels, when you first turn on the radio, it's like, "Welcome to Morning Drive Time Radio. It's me, Chester Cheetah, coming live." And you put up the
Chester Cheetah.
yeah,
show.
he's terrible DJ, amazing mascot. So he puts up you put the ball up to the radio, and immediately it's like, and as you go through all the channels on the dial, nothing happens. As you move it away, it's still staticky, but then eventually you realize you're just on a static channel, and you move over to an actual talk station. The talk is like, "All right, so this is the president. George Bush is going to die." Like, there's a huge thing happening right now.
What's happening?
happening?
That's it.
What's happening though?
Something about the elections, the 92 elections coming up.
Oh, so it's just news.
Yeah, it's just a news
Bah.
talk station.
Mhm.
Bah.
Okay.
Something about the 1992 elections and some guy
Man,
running
I thought we
against.
were-
Cares about this.
President
Put on
Bush.
Jazzy J. See what he's saying.
Yeah, you turn on Jazzy J, and he's like, "All right, next up, coming in at number 10 on the countdown."
Oh, wait for the
Uh,
countdown.
this
All right, let's see
amazing
what we got.
song from 1992, Booty Shaker.
And then
Booty shaker, man. Whatever.
so the other ball does nothing, right?
The other ball, when you put it up to it, does nothing.
What if we put the ball up to the microphone that Fern got?
Sure. You put up to the microphone. The other ball you put up to the microphone that Fern got, and it makes like a loud like that.
What about the ball with the X on the microphone?
You put that up to the ball, up to the microphone, and you hear like a.
That's not even
I'll
complaining.
talk into the microphone.
Sure. As you hear what sounds like the reverb of someone talking into a microphone. Even though it's not hooked up to anything, you hear what sounds like if you were listening to speakers. Like it's like an old timey, like, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Like it sounds like that when you hear it back to yourself. Your voice sounds like you're coming from something, but it's literally just coming out of the microphone.
Ooh. Does anything happen if we take the ring, put it on a ball, and then put the ball on the other side?
Sure. Yeah. You do that, and you see sparks fill the air. Little blue sparks.
Oh God!
Fill the air.
They go apart.
Yeah, pull them apart.
We got sparks again.
How do we make him larger?
Oh, maybe we put the ring on the pipe. We can put the balls in the end. Separate the balls a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe if we make like a doorway, like build a door and then hook the balls up, we can make like
That
a
could work.
path.
Just make it out of. We can make it out of metal.
Wait, do
So
we
it's
have?
permanent?
So we have like the what, like the rod or whatever, and the ring.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
have the rod anymore. You just have the ring.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, but you can. I mean, remember, you can put these together, but unless you have a strong power source, it's just gonna sparkle. It's just gonna have little sparks, unless you want to touch it, in which case it'll work. If you touch it, it works, and you can like go there as long as you're still touching it. But if you want to open a gateway, you need to actually be powering it somehow.
Well, heck, far. What do we want to do?
Okay, if we make a door out of metal, or we just cut the end of this extension cord and just plug it into the wall, put it on one of the balls, leave it on.
I guess we could see if that works.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise
we
we
gotta-
can't go anywhere. I mean, I guess we could take the car battery with us, but then we don't know how long the portal's gonna last.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't want to be trapped in there with that fog.
Me neither.
No way. I could
I
come
put the ring and the
through.
balls back together. Sorry.
Sure,
While they're
yeah.
talking
You
about
put them back
this.
together, and
And, like,
sparkles start to
coolly-
like sparkles start to fill the room that you're in.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of
Yeah, the-
sparkling.
Coolly, like throw it onto the ground like a portal's going to appear where it lands.
You throw them on the ground.
Yeah, just toss them out. Real cool, like.
Okay, sure. But nothing like happens. It just looks cool. It's very cool. And in the background, Jazzy J is playing songs like it's like never gonna get it, right? And so it's just like you're just nothing's happening. You're just in this room.
Do they come apart or do they like hold together? Like,
No, they fall apart unless you're
Okay.
there holding them together or something's connecting them. They just roll on the floor on the rug.
so they're posing while they roll across the floor.
I mean, no, but okay. Yeah, you're like, I totally posed, and nothing happened though. It was ridiculous.
Sit back down. Well, so we got electricity down, and we've hit it on stuff, and that's done stuff.
we
You
have
held the
to
lighter
light
up to.
them on
Well, no, you held the
fire
lighter
yet?
up to the. We held the light.
Have
We could
big
try fire on these.
We have matches in a gas lamp. We could maybe
Yeah.
just put them
Oh,
on
yeah.
a gas lamp.
Because I think you burned the fake ones. You haven't burned these yet.
Yeah, that's true.
We have actual matches. We could do that.
You do have actual matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try that junk
All
out.
right, let's light it up because it worked on the ring.
She's got a match.
Sure.
She's
So
gonna light
what
up
exactly? What exactly is your plan?
light the lamp,
Mhm.
and then put a ball over it. See what happens.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, you light the lamp, and a little fire goes. There's definitely enough oil left. Even though the lamp's broken, there's still enough oil left for a flame. And you put the ball over the lamp, and the ball starts to glow. But it's not powerful enough to do anything to the actual ball. It just heats it up. It's roughly the same effect as the lighter. It has that glow. It has like a hue coming from the inside of it, but it isn't a powerful thing. Nothing's happening to it. You're just sort of like, I don't know. It looks like you're kind of baking it from the inside out, but nothing's happening.
Okay.
I mean, we could build a little fire outside and just put them in there.
We could. I don't know. Because I think it just needs a lot of power, whatever it is. Because I mean, I think the car was pretty much like that's like top tier power, and a little itty bitty flame like this isn't gonna do nothing.
Well, more's gonna come out of the wall than that battery.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
I just
All right.
don't
We're
want
gonna
nothing
take-
chasing us.
I know.
So what's the plan then? What are you gonna do?
Gonna plug these balls in.
To what? How? In what way? Explain it to me. What is the process you're going to do?
I don't know. I'm just going off what Sam said. I just like the idea of
And what
wire
is
electric.
what have you convinced everyone to do?
Okay.
Hey,
So we're gonna take the extension cord. We're gonna plug it into the wall. Well, first, what we're
Okay.
gonna do is
So
we're
you
gonna
have to
cut
plug
the
it
end
into
of
a wall that's in the house, the actual house proper.
Okay.
And from the
Oh,
house,
it's
take it
not gonna be
all the way to your.
first. First, we're gonna cut the end off with scissors because if we did that while it was
Sure.
plugged in, that would be very nuts.
Right. You
And
would
like the rest of
we'd
this
have a
plan,
dead
which
person.
is genius.
Sure. So you have these two exposed wires, and you have the extension cord plugged in.
With the
So now
wires,
what do you
yep.
want to do?
So I'm gonna put one end on the ball with the X.
Okay. You put one on the ball with the X, nothing happens.
Okay, I recreate the jumper cable circuit.
Right. So then you put one on the one with nothing on it, and blue sparks fill the air, and a archway appears between these two balls. But it is much, while the other archway with the car was very, very like, it seemed like a solid blue like electrical arc. This is more of like a very tiny, very fragile looking electrical arc. But it's still, you can still see through it. It isn't flickering. There isn't sort of like it isn't quite as powerful.
so you can still see what's on the other side.
You are in your camper looking at what appears to be a dirt floor on the other side. Like it is the dirt of the earth on the other side. Exact same
And
red. Yeah, it's the same place you all recognize.
There's our
Okay,
portal.
we should make a plan though. If something happens and somebody gets trapped on the other side, you have to come right.
Are you going to go through?
here.
Are the four of you going to go through this portal? Is that what you're proposing you want to do?
I mean,
Is that the
Well,
plan?
I was also thinking we could go back to the place in the woods where we found the balls originally and try it there.
You need a power source there, but you could try.
Well, we're super good at driving, so I figured we could just take the car.
And bring the car down there with us because
so that's how you
just-
that's how you burn down a forest. I don't think this is a good idea.
I'm very opposed to all of us going through because that is a very bad place.
I don't know. You
Without
may not want to split the
electricity.
party. You may not.
Without
You could.
electricity.
You could bring in someone to watch you. You could have someone watch your back. I don't know who, but they would then know the location of your secret base.
don't feel like we have a reason to really go through, do we? Well, I mean, maybe Fern does outside of character. Saying that. But.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see if we can get the people out of there.
Yeah, because they are not liking it over there.
It didn't sound like they were having an awesome time at all.
They're not having fun. They were very scared. Like
I mean-
3 grown-ass men were terrified of what was going to happen next. And I was like, I don't know what to do.
If grabbing, well, how we got this hooked up again? Just the electricity's on the balls.
Yeah, the electricity's hooked up to the balls right now. The wires are sort of like wrapped around them.
Yeah. Well, if they're kind of wrapped around, if I grab the not the bare wires, but like the covered wires and move them, does the ground move underneath it like we're actually looking through and moving the hole around? Or is it just like a stationary area that's always there?
As you move them, you are looking at different areas. Like it's the same place, but you're like different parts of the window. So you're like looking through different parts. Yeah.
We could rig this up on the car, look through, and drive around and try to find those people.
You really could. You really could. I didn't even think about that. You really could.
That's such a good
really
idea,
quickly,
Clarence.
come up with a plan. Hold on 1 second. Just come up with a plan.
All right.
My
Okay,
God.
so you want to like
Amazing.
drive around with them, and then we have like this little window of the other dimension,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah,
we can
it's
find
perfect.
your friend.
Yeah, it's such a good idea. We just got to bring some pies and tacos with us, and
Yeah,
and then
okay.
we'll be good. All right,
All right.
great. Let's do it. I'll go tell Grandmama that we're gonna head out again.
All
But
right.
you know what
Bring
else?
the- bring the cheese
I'm gonna bring the Swiss Army knife, and if you guys want anything else you think you need from like the pile, like a machete or something, you know,
I'll
maybe
bring
we
my
can-
fists and my dashing good looks.
Okay, well,
Perfect.
might have to look real hard for those. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna bring 3 days worth of makeup for no reason.
Okay,
So we
yeah,
gotta rig
that's
this
a good,
up to work.
it's a good
Yeah.
start. How did we do this before? Like Rick, you just put the,
Yeah.
The
We
jumper
could just use a
cables.
lot of
Yeah.
duct tape.
all right. Okay, duct tape. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do we have duct tape?
Well, I think- I
is
think
it in
the-
the toolbox?
We could use gum.
Someone in the passenger seat can like hold it like through the window and like close it together so it's
well-
not a huge portal and like just kind of peek through while we're driving around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
What's the strategy? Give it to me.
Well, we're getting tacos and pie,
Mhm.
And
And-
cheese.
and we're gonna try to rig this thing up and drive around
Okay.
with holding the jumper cables, looking through this little portal, trying to find these people.
Sure.
Best
Okay.
possible plan.
This is an incredible plan. First off, how are you going to rig this up? What is the process of rigging it up?
So, is there
Duct
when
tape.
it's open, is there enough space on the windshield side to be able to close it to where the wires can go through without cutting the wires?
No, but you can always roll down the window. If
No, I meant like the actual, so the hood's not up, so we can close the hood and drive.
you can bring it up through the back part of the hood, where
Yeah.
where the like it's right near the windshield. You can bring it up and then have it wrap around through the open window. So logistically,
exactly.
you can pull this off.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was seeing if it would like we shut the front, if it would crank everything. But cool, yeah,
Sure.
that could work. And
Will
we can go through
you,
the passenger window.
if you can, will you all roll for me a tinker roll, or some sort of tech roll?
Yes.
If you don't have tinker, roll a tech.
A little bit of tinker.
Okay. Here's what I think. Based on your rolls, I'll go with the highest. You will have 2 hours because you're draining the battery while doing this.
Right.
You'll have 2 hours of drive time.
All right.
So you can pull this
How's
off.
that?
Jesus.
Wait.
Does that work for you?
Okay. So you have 5 hours of drive time. Based on these rolls, you have 5 hours of drive time.
Nice.
Look on Jesse's face off flash and
Eddie's
say,
coming
hell
in the
no.
clutch, dude.
Hey, what's up? Hi.
Yeah. 5 hours of drive time.
Listen, I had to fix an amp before. It's pretty much the same thing. Okay.
Eddie, you're so smart.
Yeah, no.
Eddie?
I love how the highest roll is literally just for how long you guys can do this. So you have 5 hours of drive time. That's absolutely possible. Before the car battery just dies. So that's how long you'll have to pull this off, but it will work. You can do this.
Okay.
What you can do is you will have to have someone put it in front of them. So while 2 of you are going to have to work together driving, one person's going to have to hold the balls in place, and one person's going to have to like look through. So all 4 of you will have to use all of your skills in order to pull this off.
Okay.
So you have to determine who's the best for what scenario, right? Who has the best ability to search for things? Who has the best ability to drive? To keep this going as long as possible, because there will be roles for all of this as time goes on.
What did we use for driving last time?
Driving last time, I believe, was tech skills. But then moving the car and driving it, that could be a body skill. It just depends on how you want to sell it to me. How you'll sell what you're doing to me, I'll take. If you can convince me that your ability will work in this scenario, I'll take it. But each of you has to have a role. There are 4 roles. Each of you has to have.
Can I charm the car into working?
You cannot charm the car. This car is uncharmable. It is.
Okay.
This car is unfazed. All right, Fern, what are you going to use to drive?
Hang on. Let me get the booster seat. I'll be right back.
Well, Fern needs someone to press the gas. So whoever is with Fern.
Isn't Clarence our best driver? Potentially.
Well, it depends. Depends on how you guys want to sell me the driving. Like, are you saying because it's tech related, or maybe the tech relation has to go with the fact that it's like moving the balls and using the balls? It just depends on how you want to sell me what you'll be doing. And that's how you'll roll.
Okay. Well, Fern has a 3 in tinker.
Okay.
And when you're tinkering with all the stuff on the dashboard and trying to figure out how everything works in a car.
Okay. So are you saying you want to drive then?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many total
So
dice
Fern's
do you
gonna
roll
drive. Fern's gonna drive with Tinker. All right.
You just rolled a 3,
who
or do you have 8 total dice?
Fern has a 3 and a Tinker and a 3 and a tech. So that's 6 total dice.
Okay, yeah. So she's just as good as Clarence is. It's fine.
Yeah,
no problem.
All right. So Fern's driving. Who's the one putting the foot on the gas and brake? Who's operating that?
Listen, I want to step on the gas. I want to step on the gas. Let me do it.
Sam, because I ain't sitting on anybody's lap except Sam.
Okay, let's do it.
Fine.
There you go. So it's Sam. Sorry, guys. It's Sam. All right. So
I just imagine
Sam,
Eddie crammed underneath there, like on his hands and knees, like pressing the gas and the brake with his hands. That's kind of how I thought it would happen, but okay, sure. This is a better idea.
Sam, what are you gonna use?
I mean, my highest is investigate, which is why I thought I should be looking maybe.
Okay. You could be right. That could be the right role for you. And maybe absolutely Eddie should be on his hands and knees underneath Fern, where Fern's feet are like on his back as he's like pressing the
Yeah, no, I like this idea.
Okay.
All right, so Eddie is going to be using what exactly?
Body force?
Yeah, I'm just gonna smash that gas pedal.
Sure. So you're gonna use force, and you're using that because you cannot see what's going on, and you were relying on Fern to tell you what to do, and more importantly, you're just mashing the brake and gas with your hands, and that takes a lot of force. So you're like super buffing it right now. Of course, yeah. All right. Meanwhile, Clarence and Samantha, what are you doing? Which one of you is holding the balls and keeping it together, and which one of you is looking through?
Probably I'm gonna do investigate to look. And Clarence, your tinker is high.
I got 6 dice on tinker, same as Fern. And then my highest ones are investigate and comprehend, which I have 8 dice, but I think we have the same.
Okay, so maybe you do comprehend for to hold everything. So you're comprehending how to make everything work together, and then I'll do investigate because that's my highest to look through and try to
like
figure
you see
out
stuff, and then you point it out, and I go, well, no, that's probably something else because I'm comprehending what you're pointing out or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. I like it. That works. So, this is your big plan. This is your next step of what you want to do. You now are off on this big, crazy adventure to drive around town. It is, again, early morning, and you're choosing to do this during the day, during the summer.
Yeah.
Who knows what is about to happen to all of you? But we will find out next time on our next episode.
We're going to jail.
Oh boy. Woo!
Prison.
Yeah, so that's it for us. This is a long one, but a lot got done. You discovered a lot. I'm really excited that you got to mess around with those 2 orbs today. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see how this all works out. But let's quickly go around and see what's happening with everyone the rest of the week. Ken, what's going on with you, dude?
Man, I went outside today. We talked about that earlier, and it was terrible. But other than that, you guys can check me out, CinnamonToastKen, across everything except for Twitter. There's just CinnamonToastK. Enjoying streaming games on Twitch, making meme videos on YouTube. Have a D&D show that we've been running for a little over a year on Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Central Time, called Charisma Plus. It's a lot of fun. Me and some local friends play. And other than that, just enjoying some good old oddballs run by the great DM Jesse Cox, and I'm so blessed.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, you baby.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, baby. Plus 50 experience points to you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Elspeth, what's going on with you?
This week I will be resuming our plan for Spooktember, which is where we play scary games and basically watch Elspeth get super scared, and get ready for Halloween, which is arguably the best holiday of the entire year. So that's gonna happen, and I'm looking forward to starting new scary games. And I'm taking suggestions, so please feel free to contact me on Twitter and send some suggestions for spooky stuff my way.
Cool. Octo. Hello? Octo, are you here?
Hi.
Hello?
I'm in darkness.
Hello?
I am in darkness. Hi. This black screen you see in front of me, it's not actually a void of existence. It's me, Octo. Hi. I'm sorry. I completely forgot that we had oddballs today. That is totally my bad. I'm very sorry. But I'm playing the messenger. It's real good. Sorry. That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Cool. The messenger is a good game. So
It is
I
good.
liked hearing that from the black square. Black
Yeah.
void.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Morgan, what's going on with you this week?
The same. Working at a game studio. We're making stuff.
They're
Not sure what
hiring.
it is
There
though.
you go. Yeah. They are hiring. All that information, bonfirestudios.com/careers.
Bonfire Studios. It's amazing. Check out our website. It has some good art on it.
For me, the same old, same old. I'm literally just still playing Spiderman. I love that game. It's so good. I can't even begin to tell you how much I enjoy it. And
Spiderman.
yeah, I can't play a Spider-Man because Sony will come after me. So he's Jonathan J. Spiderman, attorney at law and CPA.
Wow.
And
He'll do my taxes?
yeah, he will do everything for you. He'll get you off.
Whoa.
Wait, stop it. And so, yeah, I'm playing more of that and doing fun stuff on the channel and all that silly things. And I am, I just love playing with these guys, and this game is ridiculous. And watching them slowly discover things is a supreme joy in my life. I'm like, it's all coming together. So I'm really excited to see what next week brings. Because more revelations, I hope. Anyway, That's it for us. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time with an all new episode. Bye, everybody.
Bye.